Oh, all of my toggles are going off. Hi. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Jesus. Hi, guys. Let me turn this on. There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tiny Bunny. Oh, his nose just twitched when I freaking... I don't know if you guys saw that, but his nose just twitched when I sniffled. It's creepy as hell. Yeah. Hi Kyle, hi Beast, thank you guys for coming in, thank you guys for hanging out. How you guys doing tonight? Hope you guys are doing okay. We're probably just gonna get right to it. Ooh. Last time... What happened last time? Last time shit got real. That was a crazy episode 2 finale, or chapter 2 finale. That was absolutely insane. So, we're getting back to it. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna continue my sort of branching paths, both of those playthroughs, because, I can tell that there is, like, 2 kind of main paths for this game. Like, the civilized path, so to speak, and the not civilized, because I have a feeling that this game is gonna end up like, oh, you can either, you know, be normal, or you can be like one with the forest. So I have 2 separate save files for that. Yes, the bully did get... I don't think he got kidnapped. I'm gonna be real with you, I think he got killed. Frustrated due to no inspiration and maidens, but mainly inspiration. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get this started. So, yeah, the bully, it was kind of sad what happened to him. Because you started... No! Wait, did I just click new game? Oh, crap. It's okay. Okay. Here we go. So this is our... this is our forest playthrough. We're gonna start with that. He's the one who hated this guy. You think he did it? I've heard he's a weirdo. Rubbed my glasses. The glasses! He was clutching them in his fist while I was getting beaten up, and in just a couple of hours, this lost item was lying on the ledge of my window. It was hard to imagine that Sioma suddenly got guilty conscience and returned my glasses in such a strange way. I was shocked, but kept walking toward the classroom, accompanied by nasty whispers all around me. That photo still stood before my eyes. He'd gone missing. He's gone. His fat fingers will never get to my throat. His signet ring won't smash into my chin. He'll never humiliate me again. Wasn't that what I wished for? On the other hand, did I really wish Semyon to become a murky stain on the notice board? He was still someone's son or grandson. And he went through the same struggles as me. Did I really wish for my unseen companion to dispatch him in such a brutal fashion? I didn't know the answer, or I was just scared of it. Nonetheless, school still had something nice about it. Polina, the girl with the violin, was like a mountain spring, like well water that you gulp down, pressing your lips against the zinc outer ring of a bucket and can't get enough. What if I make her one of the characters in the story I'll draw? The protagonist will save her from terrifying monsters. That would be nice. That would be really nice. As soon as I thought of monsters, a bunch of my classmates slid down the rails, smirking like the xenomorphs from Alien. Real. Ooh. I immediately felt larvae of fear writhe in my stomach. I didn't want to cross paths with Romka and Biasha after what happened yesterday, especially since Semyon suddenly went missing. Well, they're right there. I see them right there. I entered the classroom and went toward the last row. All the other chatter suddenly died down, so I walked there in complete silence. Wait, did I go through this already? I did go through this already. Why didn't it save? Wait a minute. Hang on. Hang on a second. What did they do to them? Their friend went missing and they're still focused on me. So... yeah, I did do this already. Oh, right, that one. I did do this already. Because this is where the police officer comes in, right? Yep. Just gonna... I'm just gonna skip forward a little bit. Stand up. So this is where... ugly bitch, I remember that part. I do remember that part very well. We had a fight yesterday, but he started it, so I hit him. Not that hard. So... there was a thing in here that's like... oh, is that yours? Yes, that's mine. So... hang on. Okay, so... now the main path here... the main path here is you can open this, you can listen to his speech thing. And I think opening this gives you, like, a better sense of who went missing, I think. I'm just gonna do this for now. Finished his lecture and started searching around with his eyes. Finally, he noticed the folder he left on my desk, put it silently under his arm, and went toward the blackboard without looking back. Let me say this again. If you see anyone suspicious in the village, be it near the school or on the forest trail, contact the police immediately. You know our number, 02. Thanks for listening, boys and girls. Thank you, Lilia, and we'll find your classmate. Yeah, right. Dig through enough ditches and maybe we'll be able to piece them together. Jesus Christ. Like Legos! My thoughts turned evil for some reason, and I couldn't control them. I tried to switch to the lieutenant's speech about suspicious individuals. What if I saw the killer before? What if I was a hair's breadth away from them? Suspicious people, How suspicious was the fox girl that wandered in the darkness? A weirdo that always appears out of nowhere and then dissolves into thin air with her riddles and rhymes. Could she really harm the hulking Samuel? I don't know. I think she could. Should I tell the officer about her? Wait, what if I get mocked for speaking out? What if they'll start whispering behind my back? Or what's even worse, think that I'm insane? Romka gave me a stern look over the shoulder. I doubt someone like him would approve of cooperating with the police. Katya's braid dangled nervously behind the delinquent sitting in front of me. My hand was glued to the desk. Tikhonov was saying goodbye to Lilia. He was about to leave. It'll be too late soon. Right, this is another one. This is another one. I'm gonna stay silent because this is the forest playthrough, so to speak. No way. I've had enough of humiliation. Keep my head down like a bunny. I locked my fingers and zipped my mouth. The bell rang. Lilia passed by without looking my way. Polina left after her. My classmates went silent at the same time as if someone muted the sound on a TV. They followed me with their eyes the whole time I was passing between the rows. Judgmental looks. I felt like I was in the scopes of many sniper rifles. I squeezed through the barricade made of desks looking for Polina. But I stumbled into my new buddies. Romka swaggered up to me. What? No, I didn't say anything. What? Sure as fuck thought about it. Breathing out a faint smell of tobacco. You're very wrong to think that without somebody you'll have a better time here. We'll make this place hell. What? Wait! Wait. No. Hang on. Wait a second. Wait a goddamn second. What? Wait. No. Hang on. If I... So... Okay, right. Hang on. Okay, so this is the one where you can, like... I wonder... Right, it'll let you draw the fox. Can I draw my dad? Oh my god. Oh my god. I wonder if there are certain people in this that I can, So it just gives you, like, random... Oh, god, that looks lovely. This looks like something out of, This looks like something out of, like, The Dark Crystal or some shit. Oh, god. Should I rat out? No, I'm not gonna rat out. Because Jesus Christ, that's creepy. I'm just gonna do like a random... I'm just gonna do like a random one, I guess. I don't know if these are like actual character things. I don't know if these are actual character things. So I'm gonna do this for now, I guess. And then we'll see if that has consequences. It very clearly wanted me to draw the fox. Who might that be? Is this person? Is by any chance your artsy? What? Wait. Must be his old man. Wait. Wait! No! Hang on! Shit! Okay, hang on. Wait, no. Hang on. If I do like a random, like... I'm just gonna do a random one and see what that does. It's the same one, okay. Shut up, Katja. God, you're so mean. Am I gonna get... Dude. I didn't say anything. So what was the... What? You can stop your weird act trying to impress Polina with your doodles or by acting like a loony. Make this place self-improve. So, hang on. But I thought we were homies. Hang on. What? The forest still had out its gnarly claws toward the village, and the wind whipped up white flags weaved from powdery snow every night. When my parents argued in the other room, I would turn up the TV's volume to silence their muffled voices and sit close to Olya. Vova's and Semyon's photos were still 2 black spots on the notice board. Something did change. I could see how different the looks of my classmates were. Met with new portion of pokes and insults, contempt, mockery, and loneliness became my faithful companions. Most importantly, a shadow slid across my desk, leaving behind a mysterious note. I glanced into the space between the rows, but the messenger was already nowhere to be found. Who sent me this note? What could this carefully ripped out and neatly folded piece of paper be hiding from me? More threats and humiliation? I took the piece of paper and carefully inhaled the wafting aroma of blackberry. Inside was a message in beautiful handwriting. I'm waiting at a dead end near the dressing... What? What? Hang on. Hang on, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? The dressing room, you say? Okay. Even though I suspected it could be another trap set by Romka and Biasha at first, his buzzing through their thoughts soon left my mind. The two of them didn't have enough combined brain power to fake Polina's note so carefully. I didn't even notice how I almost broke into a run and jumped around the corner. I ran to somebody inside the dark nook. Hey, Polina! Like a magic bird, a green notebook glided to my feet. Polina puffed her cheeks in exaggerated anger. Petrov, you lost your sight completely? Fixed my glasses. My nearsightedness wasn't that embarrassing anymore. I bent down and picked up the notebook. Sorry, I was in a rush. Were you waiting for me, or did something happen? She studied me with her eyes and clicked her tongue. Do you know what you look like? Like Blues Improv. I blinked in bewilderment. What do you mean? I always associate people I know with something. I do that too, but why music? It can't be anything other than music. Some people are like guitar solos, some are drums, people like our Lilia Pavlovna, our war marches. And you're so thoughtful, so mysterious, sometimes even a bit sad. You're definitely blues. And what about the improv part? It's when the listener has no idea where the melody will go, what tempo it will adopt. Of course, some of the things Polina said went completely over my head, but I couldn't stop looking at her smile, like a light breeze. Light like a breeze in May. Holy shit, I think I'm dyslexic. And her eyes deepened blue. One needs to have experience and taste to recognize the music in you. You're not some pop music. Whoa. I don't think I even know what blues is. She gasped and frowned, which made her look even more beautiful. Don't say something like that to my face. I'll make sure to give you a cassette. Grandpa used to bring me so much music from the city, jazz, swing, and classical too. He was the one to notice my musical mindset. When I was still very little, I tried recording the sounds of nature on paper, the sounds of the rain and the forest. Hang on, I'm curious. Is this my playthrough? Wait. Hang on. Is this the... I'm just gonna backlog. I'm just gonna backlog a little bit. I'm gonna see if this is the playthrough that I think it is. Okay, I don't think it goes back that far. I'm not sure. A tense up word. I think this might be my normal playthrough, like my normal person. I'm serious. You have the eyes of an artist. You're so good at picturing things. I can't do that. God! Katya walked past us with her trademark frosty glare. We dove into the shadows trying to escape it. You understand why we're hiding here, right? Because of people like her. What kind of melody is Katya? She flashed me a sly smile. The squeaking sound of unoiled door hinges. You know, this nasty disc. I don't know. I don't know that word. I giggled, covering my mouth. Katya didn't hear our whispers, but she suddenly glanced over her shoulder, clearly annoyed. A moment later, she sighed and went her way. Go on. Go on. Shoo. I remembered about the notebook I was still clutching in my hand. I turned it in my hands. It says, friends only. Curiosity killed the cat, you know. I'm sorry, is this a questionnaire? Have you ever filled one? I lied that I had. In reality, girl classmates from my previous school had never asked me to fill their questionnaires. It was quite upsetting. I mean, it was a girl hobby. You just answer a set of standard questions about your favorite actors and colors, but entrusting someone with such a notebook was a sign of friendship. And maybe something even more, or something that I only had a vague idea about. You can fill in mine if... Chat? Shut up. Nobody say a fucking word. Oh my fucking god. Chat, nobody say a word, please. You can fill in mine if you want. Oh my god. My heartbeat quickened. Thank you. She giggled. Actually, there are so many secrets there. You'd better off not knowing what we girls think. She reached for the notebook, playing with me. I tossed my finding into my free hand. She tried to intercept my move. Her hair briefly touched my face, tickling my nose with its silky locks. I sensed an aroma that immediately filled the whole world. Fragrant, alluring, lively. If only I could picture it, steal it for myself. I felt dizzy, but I gathered myself and spoke in a voice reminiscent of Lieutenant Tikhonov. Your questionnaire is an important piece of evidence, so I'm afraid I'll have to confiscate it for further examination. Riz! This guy has Riz! This guy has such Riz! Polina covered her mouth that was rounded in fake horror. And what are the implications of concealing evidence? We'll decide that in the course of our investigation. I surrender, Mr. Policeman! Whoa! Just promise you won't read anything. It's full of sensitive information. I'm afraid I'll have to investigate whether someone is in love. Oh, you little fucking, oh my god. She burst out laughing and pressed. Whoa! What is going on? She burst out laughing and pressed herself against my chest, showering me with aroma of her hair and her milky skin that looked almost transparent with tiny threads of veins running under it. Her whisper was hot, like a piece of butter sizzling on a pan. Then swear that you will keep this information private. I swear on my police badge. Now we need to hurry. Okay. I think that, yeah, there's something here. Took out the notebook during class. Skimmed through it, reading it to other people's preferences. Quite surprised to discover Rumka's jerky handwriting inside. 6B, Shuffle, February, hanging out, buying a BMW. Schwarzenegger. I love how Stallone is crossed out. Don't trust, don't fret, don't ask. 3/15/87, DuckTales, Biasha. His letters bulged out of the cells as if embarrassed by their shapelessness. Fearsome Rumka found time for something so silly? I chuckled into my fist after I found out that Rumka's favorite cartoon is not even Darkwing Duck, but DuckTales. Hey, don't make fun of him! DuckTales is awesome! Polina's page was decorated with flower drawings and clippings from the Cool Girl magazine. Polina, 6B, Franz Schubert, My Birthday, Listening, See the World, Robert Schumann, Losing the People I Love, 3/24/52, or 92. What does that say? Her handwriting's very nice. Her favorite musician is Schubert. Her best friend is her grandpa. Her hobby is not violent like I expected, but a much more mysterious listening. Can such a mundane process really be someone's hobby? I looked at Polina over the heads of other students. She was focused on taking notes. I flipped the pages until I found a blank one and armed myself with a pen. Anton Petrov, Class 6B. It took a long time to decide on my favorite musician until a trendy pop band, Carman, came to mind with the cool dances in their music videos. Favorite holiday? This one's easy, New Year's. My hobby is drawing. I love the little S's. Do you guys remember those stupid fucking... Do you guys remember the S that people used to draw? That's kind of what that looks like to me. There's the stupid, like, S's that everyone used to draw in their sketchbooks when we were younger. Do you guys remember those? Going to Disneyland, my hero. Aww. Finish it! No, if your hero is your dad, that's not cringe. Finish it. I think this is my normal, quote-unquote, my normal playthrough. After thinking for a bit, I decided that not everything should be disclosed on paper. Oh, you should have just said Darman. Your biggest fear, losing a person who's dear to me. Your phone number? Oh, that's what those numbers are. I thought those were like birthdays. 30395. Favorite cartoon, Transformers. Your best friend. I hesitated, gnawing on the pen's cap. Your best friend, I read the question out loud. It was easy, at the same time very important. The answer to that was my sister's name, so I carefully wrote it into the squares. Aww. Oh yeah, I repeated my sister's name while sneaking out of the school. There's a cute, freshly drawn dragon in my notebook that I made to please my beloved sister. In this land of darkness and deceit, her support was the only thing that inspired me to keep drawing and stop me from losing hope in humanity. Refreshing frosty air made my cheeks turn beet red. It was bright outside and the sun looked like a whole egg yolk. The road looked as if it was silvered, the snow sparkled under the sunlight. I smiled, squinting from the blinding whiteness. Who cares if I don't have any true friends anymore? I have something more important, someone who needs my help, who will never betray or hurt me. Family is the most important thing ever. That's what Dad always taught me. Hey, what's up with the stupid grin? My numb lips immediately shrank. Yasha was shuffling his feet in the middle of the yard, his boots restless on the ice. It's not a grin. I tried to go around him to no avail. Lady Fortune waved me goodbye, disappearing in the early twilight. In a hurry, huh? A little bit. Dad is waiting for me. I'll shoot him a pager message that you're not coming. My skin dampened. Let's go. We have a small business to discuss. I felt chins run all over my body. I didn't like the sound of that small business. Those words, accompanied by spitting, normally hid very dark deeds underneath them. Strangers that used to call our old apartment used to say, "Get your old man. We have small business to discuss." Yasha turned around. He looked like an astronaut in this tight hood. If I were to imagine him as a sound, he'd be deafening whistle, a signal given by someone who stands watch. To my demise, there was nobody at the backyard. Oh, God. Am I gonna get my ass beat? His dry lips were tightly pursed. He kept shooting me glances as he looked around. There he is. I can see that. Well, hello there. Hello there. What do you want? Oh, my... Really? A knife, the steel butterfly of death that flies toward the victim's heartbeat. I stepped back instinctively and rammed my back into Biasha. His minion pushed me back. We wanted to know, do you have any hard feelings for me or Biasha? Picking on his yellow nail, looking at me with an evil smirk on his face. Well, there in the forest, we kind of roughed you up. It's just our poor upbringing, you know. Yeah, not as cultured as you city folk. So we get feisty sometimes. I nodded, my eyes glued to the knife. The blade glowed under the setting sun, and his eyes had the same evil glow. Oh! He stepped towards me. His knife traveled inches away from my coat. One movement and steel would cut into the cloth, and if he pushes deeper... The little bird told us that you were snooping about Polina again. I was so scared that it took me a while to remember who Polina was. My brain was malfunctioning, my knees were shaking. Oh, God! Our class rep slowly walked up to Romka from behind. I see you boys are getting along quite well. I owe you one caution. What, you little snake? Oh, no need to thank me, Romka. I am always fighting for true love. Yes, yes, yes. I'll kill you, I swear. I can't hear you. Were you near Polina or not? Well, we didn't hang out or anything. The only thing hanging out here will be your guts when I cut into your stomach. Jesus Christ. Blade slid across my sleeve with his dull side and reached my collar. The wind made my face cold, but a bead of sweat still trickled from my temple. A switch flipped in my head. It all made sense. I remembered Romka constantly sneaking glances at Polina. I remembered his scrawly handwriting in the questionnaire. Why didn't I study it more in depth? I see you near Polina even once, and you won't get away with a simple bump. Got it? Yes. Now scram. I was probably so hypnotized by the knife that Romka had to repeat his threat. Scram! Thought about the cold, sharp blade when retreating from the yard. I was asking myself whether I had enough courage to break the promise I made to these bastards. The aftertaste of horrible water I drank... What? The aftertaste of horrible water I drank down my meds with lingered in my mouth. My thoughts were focused on Polina, but Romka's threat was also on my mind. I wandered around the house feeling intoxicated and nodding to everything my sister said without trying to discern her words. Alright, Kyle, have a good one. Oya was talking nonstop at times, lifting her arms and laughing, only to then suddenly go quiet and give me Mom's signature gnarly look. I was yanked out of the prison with my own mind, where seething thoughts pecked at my brain like harpies, stopping me from coming back to reality. I stared back. Oya looked like a mini version of her mom right now. Well, to be precise, she looked like the person Mom turned into when we moved here, with her intimidating posture and her eyebrows directed toward the ceiling. She's not very happy. Oh, uh-oh. You weren't listening to me, were you? She tried spitting those words at me, copying facial expressions of the person who she spent almost all of her free time with. For a moment, I felt like the light Oya exuded all these years waned and wavered in the wind of prolonged changes. Very soon, my beautiful princess will turn into the dragon that was once guarding her prison tower. That thought was much scarier to me than any other horror sneaking at me from the future. Sorry, Oya. I didn't want to make you mad, I just got lost in thought. I looked around the room, my gaze jumping from one object to another like a hungry beast trying to find anything that could distract her. Let's play the console! She pouted, but there was a spark of interest in her small emerald eyes. The Snow Queen's ice shard inside them started thawing. What about the second controller? It's not working. And Dad has no time to fix it. We can play with the light gun. What, do you want to play Cowboys Ducks? You're better than me at both. Oh, come on. You must have been practicing the whole time I was away from home. She burst out laughing. Her heart was warm once again. How'd you know? But I'm a good shooter now. You've already lost. You picked the wrong fight here. Come on, turn it on. Aww. Little Olya jumped toward the TV set and after flicking the power switch, started blindly feeling around the backside of the photon trying to plug the console's cable into the antenna input. Bits of TV shows started flashing on the CRT screen when I armed myself with the remote to look for the channel with the sought-after Dendy signal. Anything interesting happen at home? It was a mundane question for me. I didn't put any actual meaning behind it. But her expression suddenly changed. She lost all the childish nonchalantness that she worked so hard to acquire before. What's happened, Olya? My sister managed to put the cable in its place and started brushing off her semi-dust-covered hand. She was clearly looking for the courage to continue the conversation. Mom, she... What? She went silent for a moment. I thought I saw tears welling up in her eyes. She had this scary thing happen to her again. My sister looked at me with wet eyes. What happened? She had a fit, huh? This had happened before, but it was a rare occasion. Now that we'd moved into this godforsaken place, Mom's fits rose in frequency. Ooh, hi. Dad brought home a big fish. It was wrapped in a newspaper and had a foul smell. Mom got angry again and she took a knife. She squirmed, looking fearfully out the window. They started screaming at each other. I froze, imagining my little sister so small and unnoticeable standing in the kitchen doorway. She wasn't even trying to hide. Her parents just paid her no mind at all. And then Mom struck it like this. She moved her fist downward, imitating a strike. She hit the fish. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. It was still alive. It must have been in pain, and Mom... It's easy to imagine what happened next. The writhing fish with a blade between its fins squirted some foul-smelling musk into Mom's face. Whenever death got this close to my mom, be it when a person was hit by a bus in front of us and their blood was smeared all over the Ew! Or when Grandma chopped off a chicken's head, Mom would always get into a weird, dreadful fit. Her eyes would roll over, she would fall on her face like a freshly cut tree and started writhing just like that agonizing fish, turning over chairs and blurting out bits of scary sentences. What about Dad? Did he help her? She shudders as if just remembering it pained her. Yes, but at first... He started laughing? He let out an evil laugh when he saw that Mom was in trouble. But then he cried. Her story made me raise an eyebrow. It seemed like the forest's oozing madness had not only completely consumed our mom, but also infecting our strong and courageous dad. I quickly stepped toward Olya and locked her in a tight embrace. She dug her face into my chest and I could feel my shirt becoming wet. Why are they bullying each other, Tosha? Are they crazy? I stuttered, unable to justify the actions of our parents. I had ran out of words and all I could do was hug Olya even tighter. Oh my God! Jesus! Holy shit! What the hell was that? Turn it off, quick! No matter how many times she saw this intro, she would always react the same, just like when she saw that owl. I also got goosebumps every time this ghastly face... What is this? What is that? A TV company logo depicting a ceramic head of the Chinese philosopher Guo Jiang with a three-legged toad on top of his head. It instilled horror in the whole generation of 90s kids in Russia. Holy crap! That scared the shit out of me. Oh my God. Whew. Oh my God. Okay. Finally, the game selection screen showed up for the cartridge that was bundled with the console. Too bad most of the names here were just different levels of the same game. Picked up the gray rectangular controller and started looking around the pixel letters to find the familiar English word for duck. Hi, Olya. Background music from the menu soothed Olya's mind. He asked me in a calm voice, "How are things at school?" "Nothing good. School is new, but my treatment is the same." as if we never moved. I'm so tired of this. Before despair could lead me down its depressing road toward the clutches of oppressive thought, something evil arrived deep inside my skull. Oh, God, no. Awakening wild and pleasant memories. Actually, something good did happen. Washed with hope-filled eyes as a wicked smile spread across my face, faintly resembling the wound from a box cutter knife. Why is that good? Okay, so this is my animal playthrough. This is my forest playthrough. Do you think that's good? Why do you say that? My sister's voice trembled when she looked at my eyes through the thick lenses. You know, the other missing boy, Vova, maybe what happened to him was all his fault. Maybe he did something so bad that he no longer deserved to live. Don't be so cruel. She pressed her knees into her chin and hugged them with her hands, trying to take up less space. She wanted to shrink or even disappear altogether. It was the only reasonable thing for us to do, go missing among all the other broken toys. Never encounter evil parents or mad classmates. We're the only ones left for each other, the only ones who can protect, listen, and sympathize. Which means she's bound to listen to what I think about them all. These beasts pretending to be children that are so eager to bully the weak. It was my turn to speak. I think they won't be the last. What is going on? My breathing quickens, my fingers start banging on the wooden floor. People like them are not worthy of living, going to the same school with us, or looking at your light. My thoughts got tangled, they slipped away along with my calmness. Tosha, stop it, you're scaring me. Don't be scared, I can protect you. Then I finally noticed that she was looking at me like I was a stranger. Who are you? The rage that welled up inside me subsided, it hid under the guise of my cowardliness, leaving me alone with the growing feeling of guilt for scaring my sister. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I guess I'm just going crazy in that school. She rushed to embrace me, barely holding back her tears. It's okay. Just please never say anything like this again. I swear on Mom's heart. She flashed me a bitter smile. You told me and you told me I shouldn't say that. You're right. Let's start playing something already. I go first. Oh, wait. Aww. Oh, she's actually playing it. Wait. Oh, crap. I'm gonna let her win. I'm gonna let her win. I'm gonna let her win. Let's get dangerous. Oh my gosh. Nettie, hi Nettie, how you doing? Oh, I can turn this off? Wait, okay, is this just like... Does this just go on forever? I'm gonna let her win. Hi Nettie, how you doing? God damn it, I was actually trying there. Nice, almost as good as me. Final round, here we go. God, I was actually trying there. Yeah, Nettie, you missed... Thank you. Thank you. You missed a jump scare. How did I not hit any of those? Guys, I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at this game. I would actually be horrible at Duck Hunt, like the actual game. Bang, bang, and they're dead. You've lost. You made your sister... Yeah, you made your sister happy. Oh my... I thought that was like an actual voice. Holy shit, I thought that was an actual voice in my apartment and I got scared. Yeah, Nettie, you missed a jump scare. It wasn't like it was just like a little joke jump scare, but it still scared me. My mom only managed to get through to me on her third attempt. Anton, there's a call for you. It's a girl. I sobered up in an instant and rushed to the hallway. Watch your step. I grabbed the phone, pressed it to my chest, looking at my mom. She shrugged and went into the room, gathering the toys thrown around by Olya as she went. Hello. Your mom has such a young voice. Well, yeah, I mean, she is young. Are you busy right now? No, of course not. At least you knew how costly this conversation would be for me, what risk I took on just answering this call. There was a pen and a shabby notepad lying on the nightstand. Picked them up and started moving the tip of the pen across the paper, producing chaotic doodles that always ended up turning into hearts. I've been thinking, I need to tell you something. I froze. It can't be, does she like me? You've been looking so lost lately, and when I saw you at school today, you were pale like a ghost. Couldn't find words, my heart was aflutter in anticipation. I wanted to say that I'm on your side. A smile was spreading on my face in anticipation for Polina's next words. And I feel so sorry for you. Good guys like you deserve better. I want to believe that you'll find the strength to fight back at some point, and the others will stop picking on you. The pen fell out of my weak fingers. Is that all she's going to say? Maybe you'll even find a girl. She sounded as if she was unsure of her own words. I just want to let you know that you're a nice guy. It was a total failure. Compassion instead of an invitation to hang out. You there? Before I could reply, Olya descended the stairs. She's holding some book in a pink cover, Encyclopedia of a Young Lady. Will you take long? Covered a handset with my hand. In the middle of a conversation. What happened? Read me a bedtime story, please. Mom fell asleep. Go to your room, I'll be there in a minute. Just be quick, okay? Fine. My last reply sounded excessively annoyed. I sighed, watching my sister running up the stairs. Hello, Polina? Sorry, I need to run. Can you imagine? There's someone in love with me and he stoops about under my windows, demanding to go on a date with him. I'll go chase him away before Grandpa wakes up. Maybe I should give him a chance. I bit my lower lip in jealousy. I'll tell you tomorrow if you want. We're friends after all. Oh! Ooh, shit. Oh, Lord. Yeah, sure. Good. The buzzer hammered at my brain. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Okay, so you guys didn't see that because it was covered by my, I'm gonna show you what it said. I'm gonna show you what it said. That is, it is very, yeah. I don't know. This is, he's like, he's getting pretty, like, violent. That's really, Anton, don't say that. Don't say that, Anton. You're better than this. Anton, you're better than this. But he doesn't show up home until late at night because of his new job. My parents don't have time for me, to put it lightly. But where's your book? I started. The kid's room was empty. Oh yeah? Probably snuck into my room. I started walking down the corridor. It was infested with shadows. The blinds were wavering like there was someone hiding behind them. Oh, yup. Gotcha. There was nobody. I see people down there! Window was a TV screen showing winter scenery. A lamppost, the field, and a couple walking figures in the middle of it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, no. No, 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 no. Oh, Jesus, no. Oh, no. At least it was leading Olya into the thicket. Oh god, no. The wind carried the cold, resinous smell of coniferous trees from the forest. Freezing air crackled somewhere in the field. Two shadows loomed in front of the gate. I could only recognize them as my sister and the fox girl because of their height. I ran toward the fence, listening to the howling wind and the squeaking snow. One of the figures moved and slowly glided toward the thicket like an ice skater. I slowed down and touched my glasses, trying in vain to adjust my vision in the surrounding darkness. Worry landed on my shoulders like a weightless snowflake. A snake woke up in my belly and started writhing. I felt nauseous. I thought about my home, the flimsy fortress I'd left behind. I finally caught up with my sister, drenched only in a coat. Olya, have you seen the foxy? Olya, why'd you go outside? If Mom finds out, I swear to God, if she turns around and she was in a hand's reach, and I put my numb wrist on her shoulder for some reason, probably to make sure it wasn't. Oh my God! A pointed beak was directed at me, strewn with feathers that formed an owl face. Something wearing a bird mask was staring at me. Who? She won't. Oh, that's not Olya. The voice sounded exactly like Olya's. Oh, it is Olya. But there was somebody else hiding behind the feathers and the curtain. I sprinted away as if I got whipped. The masked creature only pretended to be Olya, just to lure me out. I was running like crazy, drowning in snow. The house in front of me was rapidly growing. The yellow light in its windows granting me hope. My mom and sister were there, my salvation. Couldn't hear anything from behind me as if nobody was chasing me. Maybe it's because the owls can fly? I was already climbing the porch when I noticed another figure. Oh! Oh! Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no. From the soot-black shadow of my house, a scruffy wolf cub crawled out and stood in my way. Its movements were jerky, chaotic, as if it was performing some terrifying dance, or convulsing during a stroke. And even though I could clearly see the wolf's face was a mask, something in this werewolf's convulsions made me freeze in place. The boy in a wolf's costume rubbed his side against the porch post and fell to his knees. He bent his back so hard that I expected his spine to crack. The beast's eyes shone, but he didn't attack. He kept crawling around and running on all fours. I shifted my feet, my mouth agape, trying to keep him in my line of sight. Who's a good boy? Something was trickling from the slit in the mask. Viscous drops fell to the wooden planks. Saliva. Some unknown force pushed me in the back, whispering me to save myself. Oh, the bear! I was running in another direction at this time, toward the toothy edge of the forest that smelled of pine. My heartbeat measured time. The wolf boy growled behind my back as if he forgot his human nature. My right leg got stuck in the snow-laden cavity. I yanked it out, cursing under my breath, and fell to the ground. Plastering snow prevented me from standing up, from propping myself up against anything. But my unbound thirst for life helped me get out of that trap. Darkness was creeping closer, like the toxic fumes of barrel fires. I ran again, gasping for air that stung my throat. My hair swayed in the wind. I lost my hat when I fell down, and my ears were now hot from the freezing cold while most of my body was still sweaty. The field finally ended. After realizing that running into the forest wasn't the smartest decision. What? Yeah. Do you not have a back door? Do you not have a back door? I ran without stopping, my face covered in one of my palms. I didn't want to lose an eye this in the rain of the ranch. Branches whipping my clothes, pricking my skin, like butchers that were herding a pig into the grinder. A knot of roots, sprouting from the ground, grabbed at my foot. I rammed into the scratchy trunk, slid down to its base, and looked around in a panic. Hi! What are you doing? My first desire was to dash toward her and hug her. I resisted it and squeezed myself even tighter into the pine. What are you doing here? This and that. She was holding the hat that I lost. Working part-time and lost and found. Put it on, your ears will freeze and maybe even fall off soon. She giggled. I squinted in suspicion and shifted my gaze back and forth between her and the hat, scared that Elisa might be holding a severed head or something even more sinister. But in the end, my hat turned out to be just my hat. Okay, I took it and pulled it over my forehead. Feeling warmer? I didn't reply. There were some children in the yard. And did they bite you or something? No. And why'd you run away? The answer was obvious, but after rolling the thought out onto my tongue, I mumbled, I don't know. And why did I promise to never call you a dunce again? Oh well, I keep my promises. She walked up to me and grabbed me by the elbow. I sensed the familiar aroma of mint oranges and burnt sparklers. Average furry convention. Hey, Dragon, how you doing? I wanted to lean into, to savor the... This is kind of interesting, how, like, sometimes, and I'll show it right here, how, like, the name is sometimes, like, the English version, and sometimes, like, the Russian version. It's, like, it's sometimes both, and it's pretty interesting. But yes, this is the average furry convention. So it was Elisa, and then it was Alice. It's just pretty interesting how sometimes it's like... I mean, I know that this was originally a Russian, so the translation is probably a little rocky. How many times do I need to tell you? You're safe as long as you're with me. I'm your friend. And they are, too. I quickly turned around toward the place the fox girl was pointing to. Kids in masks appeared at the clearing. At least they looked like kids, since they were all pretty short. Oh, God. A wolf boy, an owl girl, and a bear boy. That is really creepy. They all huffed and gasped for air, clearly tired from running around. I thought you fell through the snow. Started digging around, but I couldn't find you. And I didn't care enough. You see, if you're dumb, you'll run around and dig. If you're smart, you'll wait until the others get tired of running around and digging. Then you'll start talking. You're a rat. Aw. Degenerate. Huh? Don't mind him, he's a weirdo. I stood there stupefied, my mouth agape and my hands dangling helplessly. I had no idea how to react to the words of these late-night guests, but I managed to squeeze out something resembling a smile. You just scared me, that's all. They started looking at each other, and somebody even snorted as if I said something funny. Yes, the fox is right. He's the one. No, this is our... Have we finally found him? Our bunny! Yes, he looks the part. Whoa. That's a noise. The wolf boy started wagging a part of his costume like it was his tail in excitement. First. Of course you were first. Wolfie here was the first to sense the bunny in you. He told us about you. Hello. And you've already met our Hootie before. She isn't that scary, is she? She was the one who returned the glasses! I guess. And this big smiling guy is Teddy. Be mindful of him or he'll chew off your head. What? So you've also dropped your sense of humor somewhere on the way here. I was still unsure if these peculiar little animals had the best intentions in mind, so I hid my hands behind my back, trying to look away from the gaping holes of their carnival masks. Elisa put her hands to her sides in a theatrical manner and somehow managed to wink with her fox face. The next time we come, we'll ring bells for you, that way you'll be less scared of our visit. Do we even have any bells? I won't be ringing. My paw hurts. My smile was no longer fake. You showed us your teeth. That's a good sign. I didn't expect you to find this fun. Thought it was an emotion reserved strictly to Disneyland. How do you know that? I read about it. Somewhere. Read about me? Aren't you funny? No, about Disneyland, darling. You can read human? You think I've been going to school every day for nothing? Oh. And then she sang in a coquettish voice. Where to learn about where to get your dreams all wrecked. At your local school, of course, and in your classroom. Where to prey on all the meek. At your local school, of course, and in your classroom. That's so cool, what? That's actually kind of cute. That's pretty cute. I let out a cautious laugh. My new acquaintances didn't seem scary anymore. On the contrary, they looked friendly and welcoming. There was something about them that attracted me. Just like this clearing, this moon, and the snowflakes that fell backwards? Backwards? As this woman was rewinding a tape. She woke up from being passed out and didn't have the patience for bullshit from anyone. Yeah, that's valid. The masked kids got close and I felt their touch. They gave me friendly taps, felt my clothes as if checking whether I was real. There was no animalistic malice in their touch, only pure childish curiosity. For some reason, I thought to myself, I can trust them. Snowflakes just kept on floating upwards. Nobody will hurt you anymore. Friend? Yeah, if somebody even tries to. The fox gave me a slight tug and burst out laughing. Well then, Tosha, will you run away screaming or come with us? Where to? To the amusement park. At that moment, Tyga's deceptive silence was broken by the sound of a distant flute. Oh, wait! Mesmerizing and alluring, it brought about the ring of crystal glass and the whispers of a fresh winter spring. Oh. If I had any doubts before, the flute's song shattered the last of them. I started to follow my new friends before I could even make my decision. Wait! Wait, there was something there! Wait a minute, there was something there. There was something there. I see it now. Do you guys see that? Also got 40 more rounds of 30 on 30, so I'm happy about that. Awesome. That thingy, I didn't even realize that. That's like, is that like the forest master guy? Like, the big sheep man? I started following my new friends before I could even make my decision. Yeah, that was him! That was him! My legs carried me of their own free will, and the tunnels made of pine stepped apart. Bushes bowed in front of our procession. Everything looked dreamlike. Because even the clearing we ended up on, I only saw in my dream. The flute soared up in the treetops like some fantastic bird. The snowflakes floated up in a spiral. The moon painted tree branches with silver. Elisa gasped in amazement. I also saw in awe. I tilted my head backwards as far as I could. Ooh, what a sight. It's so beautiful. Wolfie growled. Wolfie howled in agreement. This is nothing. I can show you much more, if you want. I wanted to see what the fox girl saw with her eyes hidden in the semi-dark of her cape. Now I didn't feel weird about these masked kids. I felt weird for being the only one without a mask. I felt like I was naked like in the January winds. Why do you wear these masks? I was trembling, but I wasn't scared. My trembling wasn't caused by the cold. It originated from the peculiar anxiousness, the anticipation of something amazing. And why do you ask? I touched my cold cheek. I'm not wearing one. I love human tails. Human nails? Human fails. I already told you, all the villagers wear masks. It's just you won't find anything human under... What? It's just you won't find anything human underneath them. Even me? You're so clumsy, Anton. We've already found your glasses once already. And your hat. And your real face. Oh, God. I looked at the mask the fox was holding out to me. The bunny mask that looked like a silver ingot under the moonlight. I was curious to see the world through its slits. Suddenly, fighting its way through the flute's melody, a thought came to me. The glasses they found were in Simeon's possession. My new acquaintances must have known what happened to him, or even worse. And where did Simeon disappear to? What happened to him? And the other children? The bear and the owl looked at each other. The wolf boy curled into a ball, and the fox lowered the pointy nose of her mask. The one who was kept in a cage. The one who cuts into little pieces. Rawr. The one who wears a skin face took them. The one who wears a skin face took them. If I knew how to cross myself, I'd do it. But you're saying it was a human? Were you even listening to us? How can you call someone like him human? There's just one word for him, an adult. It's so easy to get lost in the adult world. Killers, cruel animal trainers, and cold parents. If you don't want to get sad, better not think about him. I don't know what about you, but I definitely don't want to be sad. Somehow, I'm also not sad today. What about you, Anton? Huh? I was lost in thought, staring at the pines, trying to pinpoint the location of the flute. I was sure that the person who played it was standing right behind the piney stockade. Someone tall going over the holes in the flute with their long fingers. What now, are we gonna sit and be sad or have some fun? Elisa wanted to show me something. Let's start with the sweet stuff. Fox Girl took out a handful of candy from her pocket and handed them to each of the kids. Covers shuffled. The smell of pineapple, cocoa, and melon wafted through the air. The last treat, a chocolate-covered waffle candy Elisa put right into my mouth. My tongue was engulfed in spiciness. Felt like my body was covered in fur and small sparks were running along it. I chewed on the waffle and the chocolate, gulped them down, enjoying the vivid taste. Thanks. Put on the Bnui mask. My gratitude was barely audible because my lips are already touching the insides of the mask. I didn't even notice how I put it against my face. Papier-mâché was warm, the mask stuck to my skin, giving it a nice prickle. The kind when you dive into a hot bath after being outside in winter, when you lie there and purr from the soapy water. See, I told you, this is yours. Mine. What are we waiting for? The fun won't have itself. You're right. The melody kept swirling in the field like a hurricane. Couldn't wait to release the energy, the heat that this enchanting music was filling me with. Oh! The owl jumped and disappeared into the sky. I heard her laughter from somewhere above, and then she landed back, huffing and sighing. You can do it too, give it a try. I followed suit. Whoa! Oh, there's color! My feet tore from the ground. I flew towards the stars like a rocket and screamed from happiness after seeing my friends down below. There's color! This is beautiful. The wind helped me fly. It felt like I was jumping on a huge trampoline. The stars looked like vivid sparkles that I could reach and lick up. Moon also got closer, and then it plunged. I got scared that I'd break my legs for a moment, but my soles landed softly on the ground and I regained my balance. You're safe with us, and all your dreams will come true. I'm so happy that I finally found you, Bunny. In fit of merry laughter, I realized the most important thing. These four are not a threat. My real enemies, and I felt that with every single hair on my mask, were those who knew nothing about magic. humans from the village. I also realized how alive my surrounding had become. I heard the dry grass under the snow moan. I saw faces of the trees and the stars. The trees were smirking and the stars were grimacing in fear. Oh, that's right. Be scared. I'll jump up to you and... I snapped my teeth and let out a jubilant laugh, jumping up along with the fox. Aww. This is beautiful. I know, Nettie, this art is so pretty. We flew higher than the tallest pines and stayed in the air. I swirled. Elisa followed my rhythm. I knew that she was smiling, so I smiled too. And the flute just kept on playing, carrying us higher and higher. Hey, did someone put a spell on you? That someone is standing next to me, I thought, trying to unglue my chin from the desk. What? My muscles felt slightly sore, but that feeling was pleasant. Whole class was wandering about for some reason, whispering and passing notes to each other. Faces looked like discolored masks to me, bleak and boring. I yawned, remembering the time I was soaring high above the forest with Elisa by my side, laughing and squeezing my hand. Perhaps no. Probably. It was all just a dream. Because I didn't walk back from the forest, just woke up in my bed on a normal morning with tea and medicine. Still, I was hardly worried about trying to find a rational explanation for my night dance. That feeling of flight was much more important. Knowledge of how it feels to be hanging in the air above the treetops of majestic pines and baring my teeth at the moon. Sorry, I got lost in thought. Have you heard about Katja? Oh no, did she go missing too? Oh, she went missing! Katja went missing. My sleepiness was gone in an instant. I frowned in suspicion. What do you mean? It can't be! Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, so that one was... Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna go through this one now to see the difference. I'm just gonna skip through this. Yeah. So for that one, I think what I did is... Oh, God. Okay. So... So, if I... Wait, hang on. Stop skipping. Jesus. Okay, so this is like... Hang on. So this is like, they're chill. And in this one, they're not chill. Chikatilo. Soviet serial killer and cannibal. Oh, Jesus. And killed at least 43 people, mostly women. Firing squad. That was too good for him. What? I'm confused. Is there like a killer? Okay, so... Kids are going missing. And there's creepy stuff going on in the woods. Together, good. That's what three of us are like Voltron. So these are we're chill. Here's that sucker. What are we doing? Oh bullies now. What? It is now. So, interesting. Okay, so this is, so we're like chill. Oh, he went awooga. Mercedes-Benz, eh? The one we're still missing. Now he'll jack up the price. Hey! Siege Direct? Mumblebee? What? So, okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, do I have to choose? Oh, okay, hang on. I'm gonna save here real quick. Rock, paper, scissors. Chat, what are we doing? Rock, paper, scissors, chat, what are we doing? We're doing scissors.
Whoa!
Hang on. No. Alright. Do I always just lose? Do I always just lose? Ooh! So this is like chance. Oh! Best out of 5. Why did you say that earlier? Think it'd be easy? Oh, shit. Okay, this is really cool. This is really cool. This is actually really cool. Oh, shit. Aha! I win. Probability. A gun. Yeah, that's the right answer. So do I win now, or do you need to beat Vyoshev too? Mumbled something under his breath. He probably refused to play by the rules, and I'd left with nothing. You won it fair and square. You reluctantly gave it up. I got the camera. You're one lucky bastard. Just don't take pictures of your wiener. I weighed the Polaroid on my palms and realized that I was smirking like a true winner. It's been 7 days since the lieutenant visited our class. At first glance, everything was still the same. Okay, so now this is... They made my pockets bulge with gifted apples. Their animosity was gone. School wasn't scary anymore. Most importantly... Ooh. Okay. But she's missing in this one, so so this is gonna be different. So this is... but she went missing. What? It said she went missing. Or was that... Or no, was that at the end of the chapter? What? Wait a minute. Wait, what? Didn't it say she was missing? Hang on. What the hell? Wait. Wait a minute. Wait. Is this... Wait a second. Okay, no, yeah, I think that was... Hang on. Hang on a second. Did she go missing... My attention span is really short. Did she go missing... So she's flirting... So she's still flirting in this one. Does she go missing at the end of the chapter, then? Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Aww. I swear... Remember to joke. Shuffling in the middle of the yard's boots rest on the ice. Share it with me, huh? Rummaged through my memory and blurted out a random joke I'd heard today in the cafeteria. While I had chewing gum across the road, it was stuck to the chicken's foot. Boom! I see, Petrosian. What? Soviet and Russian stand-up comic, quickly known as the king of humorous remakes and dad jokes. Let's go, eh? We walked over the school's corner without waiting for me. I hesitantly tagged along. Where are we going? You'll see. We're now one pack, so we move together. We'll need to help us with some small business. Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. What? What the hell? Oh, wait a minute. He must be holding a knife, the steel butterfly of death that flies toward a person's heartbeat. Romka's dry lips were tightly pursed. He kept shooting glances at me as if looking around. What's going on? As Romka read and announced my thoughts. What's going on? Nothing much. We're out for a walk. What a nasty smarky. Walk some other way. We like it here, right? Baby. Look, you scared her. What do you care, Shed? Fuck off while you still can. Trying to digest what I just heard. Did it really call Romka? Is he out of his mind? Guys. And stepped forward, swung him in a weird comical manner. He blocked the punch with his free hand, keeping his right hand behind his back. Oh! Here it comes. Oh! A bouquet of snowdrops that appeared out of nowhere in this freezing weather swayed in front of my face. What's this, flowers? Let me escort you. You know there are all sorts of creeps snooping around here. What's wrong with it? With innocent creeps doing a bit of snooping around? You make for a shitty creep. Even Tohir was not fazed. She'll definitely see through our act. She, what's going on here? A small rehearsal, bro. Wanted to see your reaction. Oh, this is for Polina. Oh, he doesn't know. Wait, what? Shut your trap. I'm just planning a little pickup. Not a shithead. So, okay, hang on. What? What the hell? Oh! Oh no! You messed up the flowers, you moron! Fuck, wait, don't pull. Did you break anything? Nah, probably just a bruise. You should put some ice against it. I would put your moronic head against the wall. Smack it as hard as I can. Well, if I go flying in front of that chick, I might as well forget about her. Let's give it another go. Except in the evening when my hands get better. I don't want to fuck in front of the school's first file. Oh! Oh! Okay, this is where he figures it out. It all made sense now. I remembered him constantly sneaking glances at Polina. I remembered his scrawly handwriting in the questionnaire. Why didn't I study it more in depth? It felt like somebody hit me over the head with a giant hammer, making me sink into the ground. She was the main character of this play, and I handed the role of the third wheel. Almost hesitantly. Alright. Alright, just like Voltron's team. One for all and all for one. Shut it. If you ever need help, and you can count on me. So... okay. We'll visit you in the evening. Okay. Okay. So we do this, we play the game, right? Oh, and then she, yup. Oh god. Jesus. Now does he go— oh! Why is that— got me again? Are you freaking kidding me? That got me again! I can't believe— alright, Dragon, have a good one. Holy crap. That got me again. Jeez, Wait, what? Hang on. You didn't say this before. Oh, didn't you say you saw a fox? Yeah, her name is Elisa. How did you know? Did she tell you? Yeah, when Mom and I were throwing out garbage, she also said that she saved you. Saved me? I remembered my fight with the delinquents in the forest. That mysterious whisper from the thicket. I remember the fleeing Semyon and the horned giant towering above me with its outstretched hand. All that time I could feel Elisa's unseen presence as she was watching me from behind a crooked tree as a smile stuck to her ginger mask. I shuddered, chasing away the delusion. Did she say anything else? Nuh-uh. Mom came back so fast I wanted to introduce them, but the fox had already run off. Aren't you afraid of her? Why would I? Elisa's kind. She's so fluffy and pretty. Unlike that owl. Okay, so this skips the creepy... this skips the creepy friggin... Get ready. What? Oh, she got some. Wait, what happens if I turn this off? I'm actually gonna try in this one. Do. I was going easy on you here. Oh, I wanna let her win. Cramped your freaking leg? Oh god. Damn it! Frick. Frick. Got him. Oh, I got it! Boo, it's your fault I missed. Okay, I'll let you win. I'll let you win. I'll let you win. I'll let you win. What does turning it off do? I wonder what turning it off does. She is so kind, and I don't want to win this because I feel bad. Bang bang and they're dead, you lost. You know what? I could've... Every time I hear that, I swear to God it was like coming from outside of my headphones, and I genuinely like looked out my window for a second. There's a call for you. It's a girl. Watch your step. Hello. Almost such... Yeah, she is young. You busy right now? No, of course not. There were a pen and a shabby notepad lying on the nightstand. Aww. You like Carman? I like Russian rock more, to be honest, but I was too embarrassed to put it there for some reason. Do you want me to be honest with you too, Antosha? Of course. And drew an outline of girl's face, her eyes, her long eyelashes. She spoke in a hushed voice, probably to keep her grandpa from hearing. I'm bored to death here. At home? In the village. There's nothing going on here, and if there is, it's always something nasty. It's not even about the missing kids. There's almost no music here. Don't you have your cassettes? I'm not talking about... audio records? Why did the music change? I mean, this place's voice. It's not melodic at all. It's rustling like a record player needle. It just squeaks and moans from time to time. Feels uncomfortable, suffocating. I don't know how else to explain this. My pen's tip drafted a house surrounded by tall trees. I think I know what you mean. My little sister says that she feels like a prisoner here. Me too, but I love Grandpa, and I don't want to abandon him. Sometimes I just want to escape so badly, somewhere very far away. Into the forest, I thought half-heartedly, to run under the falling snowflakes that make your fur white and the branches that hide you from prying eyes. When I draw, I feel like I'm transported to another place. It's the same for me in the violin. I ran up the bow straight into the sky. I realized I was drawing a butterfly knife. I crossed it over. Thinking of Rumka ruined my mood. Should I tell her? Should I warn her about his plans to seduce her? I could throw a wrench into those plans, but what about our Voltron team? They may not be my best friends, but we're still buddies. Who would I become if I betrayed them? Oh, no! God! Oh, really? Do I really have to make this choice? I don't want to make this choice. God. Oh. Hang on. I want to see what happens here. I just got like a Team Voltron achievement. That was pretty cool. It had like a line from the show. I wish I could grow up faster. Do you think it'll make life easier? Doorbell rang before I could reply. My wandering gaze stumbled upon the door. Polina, wait a moment. Hey, look what the cat dragged in. I'll be out in a moment. Picked up the handset. I need to run. Me too. Thanks for lending an ear. Okay. It carried the cold, resonant smell of coniferous trees through the forest. Freezing air crackled somewhere in the field. Two shadows loomed in the front gate. I could only recognize them as my classmates because of their height. I walked towards the fence, listening to the howling wind and the squeaking snow. One of the figures moved and slowly glided toward the thicket like an ice skater. I slowed down and touched my glasses, trying in vain to adjust my vision to surrounding darkness. Worry landed on my shoulders like weightless snowflake. A snake woke up in my belly and I started writhing. I felt nauseous. I thought about home, the flimsy fortress behind my back. Mom and Olya were sitting on the second floor of the warm house in front of the TV, watching the adventures of characters in Santa Barbara. I really didn't want to be part of Romka's plan. And what I wanted even less was going there, to the place where a double shadow was wavering in the wind. Why so slow, huh? We're freezing here. His voice was trembling and the restless Romka was letting out clouds of steam. He looked deep in thought. And in love. We're freezing to the bone. Move it. I'm going. I heaved in a deep sigh and walked forward, kicking snow piles. Frozen place facing the taiga. He used hands to reach away. Why? What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on? Is this the frickin'... Oh, God. Hi! Hi! Jeez, that part is always creepy. So hang on. Hi! What are you doing here? This and that. So wait, so what's the difference? What's the difference in the... Anything warmer? What's the difference in the thing then? I thought it was gonna be like... Hang on. Hang on a second. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, 4 times in a row, shut up. Hello, cat lover, how you doing? Welcome in. You're playing Tiny Bunny. Spooky game. I'm trying to... Hang on. She does the thingy.
Как детей не замечать, как мечты их развенчать. Учат в школе, учат в школе, учат в школе. Крепко-накрепко вломить, с детства слабеньких чморить. Учат в школе, учат в школе, учат в школе.
That's such a good little number there. I like cats. Me too, I love cats. So there's the creepy dude there. So, hang on. Whoa. So, okay. Is this just like the same... Cat lover, thanks for the sub. The one who is kept in a cage, the one who cuts into little pieces, the one who wears a skin face took them. If I knew how to cross myself, I'd do it. So is it the thing that's in... What was the... I'm sure it'll get to the... I'm sure it'll get to it, but the one in the last chapter, there was that, like, garage or, like, shack that there was something inside. And it was... But, like, we didn't see what it was. There was something in there. So hang on.
Спасибо.
So, is this the same thing? This part is beautiful. It's like, it's colored. The black garage, yeah. All your dreams will come true. I'm so happy that I finally found you, Bunny. Oh, that alert was really delayed. That alert was really delayed. Thank you. Okay, my real enemies, humans from the village. That's a lovely... This is beautiful right here. I almost want to make that like a desktop wallpaper. Okay, cat lover, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. This is like beautiful. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll crop that later. So... Hey, you got your heads in the cloud again? Oh, you're around. Okay, so now it's... Okay, so now it's, So this one is with... is with the two, the Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The knowledge of how it feels to be hanging in the air above the treetops of majestic pines and baring my teeth at the moon. What do you want? What do I want? While you're nodding off, your Kacha went missing. What? Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna save here. I wonder if that would have done something. I wonder if that choice was actually, like, a thing. Okay, so we're gonna load this save. Before we do, I'm gonna take a few minutes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a few minutes. I will be right back. I'm just gonna take a leak, get myself some food because I'm pretty hungry because I didn't have dinner. And I will be back in a few minutes. Behave yourselves, guys. I'll be right back. Bye. Oh, hello. Okay, there we go. I am back. Okay, let's get this game continuing. So we will continue on uh, our not normal playthrough. Stomp Your Hooves and Wait, episode 4. Couldn't believe it at first, but Lilia Pavlovna didn't come to work today. The test is off. I remembered Katya. She was both beautiful and mean. Katya, the first girl in our class whose body started mature... Okay. To the envy of all the other female students. That's lovely. The main source of gossip, a snake, and a bitch. Ugh. Yeah. I continued scribbling in my notebook, drawing rows of pines and two small figures flying between the treetops and the full moon. Shivers ran up to my shoulders, sneaking playfully under the hem of my shirt. Aww. Even though soaring through the sky felt so simple, there was still something evil weighing me down. The culprit was definitely still in the village. They were hiding something horrible under a mask of piousness. What are you drawing? Embarrassed, I covered the notebook as if it were something shameful about the figures above the forest. Nothing really, just fooling around. She put her elbows on the desk. I had already forgotten how light and graceful she was, just like a violin. The anger and rage that boiled inside me yesterday during our phone call subsided, hid in a hole. I just couldn't stay mad at her. I wish she would also jump around with us after stripping away her mask of fake mundanity. I smiled, imagining her oh god, you weirdo. I smiled, imagining Polina's skirt flapping in the wind, the stars sparkling all around us, her asking in bewilderment whether it was all a dream, and myself telling her that it doesn't matter. Her expression grew dark again. It's also tragic that I find it difficult to empathize with her. I tried so hard, but then I remembered all her nasty deeds. Polina shook her head. I'm a monster, aren't I? Hi! No, I thought, you're one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met. But alas, you're only number 2 on that list. Ooh! I decided not to say that out loud. It's not okay that I felt worse when I lost my questionnaire than when she went missing. My nostrils picked up the smell of candy, tree resin, and fireworks. You lost your questionnaire? Yeah, somebody out there is reading other people's secrets now. Yes, the forest, I thought, imagining the crooked branches turning notebook pages, touching the childish handwriting with their icy twigs. I hope the search goes well. I was unsure whether she spoke about Katya or her notebook. I wanted to ask her about it, but then I noticed Polina's intense stare directed at me. What? You've changed. I smoothed my hair flat, surprised. I just didn't sleep well tonight. You're a different melody today, some mysterious ancient tune. Oh, the freaking flute. Thought about the flute's melody streaming between the bushy treetops. I hope you haven't told anyone about our chat yesterday. Of course not. She nodded as if acknowledging that she can fully trust me. I was unsure whether I merited such trust. Her hair cascaded down her shoulders. The smell was so wonderful that it sent me flying toward the glowing stars of my inner cosmos without any magic. Yasha jumped at me like that Jack-in-the-Box toy and yelled in my ear, "Looky here! Having a lovey-dovey time, eh? Hey, Four Eyes, are you trying to pick up Polina?" Polina came to my help even though I didn't ask her to. Or maybe I did with my entire appearance. What's with this nonsense? We're just friends. Is he your girlfriend then? Do you go buy dresses together with this? Oh, right. They're mean to me in this one. He's not I don't want to say that word. Leave him alone. I need to do something, but I just sat there clutching the edge of my desk. Gave me a deriding snort. The girl saved you, ugly face. I'll let you live for now. My enemies left the classroom, guffawing. She showed me a sad smile. Be strong. I wanted to scream that I couldn't. I couldn't be strong and stand up against those bastards. I couldn't stand up for myself or anyone else. I'm pathetic. I want to disappear into the forest, dig myself into the snow. I want to go home, get under my blanket, far away from humans. Oh. The fact that he now, like, says, like, I want to be away from humans. She left, and the thoughts that were terrorizing me finally made me weep. I stayed late after school again to escape Wonka's ire for my rash act of talking to Polina. Which meant I had to drag my feet toward home in the twilight. A bored school janitor scraped a shovel against the asphalt. and the upperclassmen blew out smoke that formed clouds similar to dialogue bubbles in comics. I wanted to fill those bubbles with friendly words, but there was nothing friendly about the icy stares those guys gave me. I was leaving the unpleasant world of stale buns and nasty insults. Someone shoved me near the stairs. Didn't their parents teach them to apologize? Oh, God. I crossed the village and slowed my pace near the bridge. I turned my head around looking for my fox friend, but neither she nor my new friends could be seen anywhere. I was met with the silent forest. It felt like a crouching predator pretending to be asleep. He still watched me with one eye from under half-closed eyelids, and I walked through it, my fingers gripping the backpack straps, looking at my feet through a pair of glasses. Gotcha, gotcha. Oh, wait. So every time someone goes missing, there's like it's like calling their name through the tree. That's so creepy. The sunset fizzled over the pine tops like a flame from a gas burner set to minimum. I walked forward, trying to hide my head in my shoulders, avoiding the sight of the crooked trees. The house was dark stained on the white snowy blanket. The front door was open and swayed slightly in the wind. It felt like my skin was getting covered in rime. So the music is changing. I clenched my fists. Darkness oozed into the hallway and snowflakes floated inside along with it, landing softly on the rug, like a pack of vultures that sensed their food. I stepped into the door with the utmost caution. For a moment I thought I heard someone talking in the kitchen, but it turned out to be a radio broadcast. The previously mentioned cyclone is getting even close to the region. The official forecast for tomorrow suggests gusts of wind reaching up to 70 kilometers per hour. Emberclaw of Russia has called on citizens to exercise extreme caution. The roads are closed off. The cold air streams coming from Arctic are bringing massive blizzards. Oh no. I heard voices coming from the upper floor too. The staircase let out a long squeak. I took one step, yet my heart managed to beat 6 or 7 times in the meantime. The door to my parents' bedroom was ajar. A shadowy play unfolded inside a light spot, black silhouettes performing a dance of hatred. Mom hissed at Dad, her wrists flying toward the ceiling, and he towered over her, his hands crossed on his huge chest. We're in danger, and it's your fault. Stop lying, you saw him in the village. He found out where we live. It wasn't him. I read about the things your buddies are capable of in the newspapers. I ran toward my bedroom. My parents were in the middle of another quarrel, and where they showered each other with mutual accusations. Dad let out a low beast-like roar. Make them oh no, Oya! Baby girl, no. Oh no. You guys can't see her because she's covered by chat, but she's there. That's so sad. Oya stood in the corridor, pressing her little palms against her ears. Her face swollen from crying made my skin freeze. What happened? You're going to no. I hugged my sister and held her tight. My tongue refused to listen to my commands to look for excuses. I felt like the screams were coming from every direction, right and left, up and down, splitting my head apart. Swear words rained down on us, so we covered our heads with our hands, like refugees running from a bombing. I want to escape. To your room? No, far away. Lead me to Neverland, you promised. I carefully unglued Olya's hands from her ears and led her away from the room with our parents, which was vibrating with malice. Your fault. For whom? Your own and only your own. I would never. Moments like these, I despised them more than they despised each other. I bolted down the door to my room and leaned against it. My knees gave way. Look, Olya, I also hate it here. At least you can go to school. I let out a sad laugh. That school is one big nightmare. Everybody hates me. There's only this one girl who isn't making fun of me. She takes pity on me instead, like I'm a beaten dog. You're not a dog. I don't know who I am anymore. But the outside world is clearly no better than our home. Do you know a better place? Let's go there. We'll fly or swim. If only we could do that. I would have sacrificed everything to escape and take you with me. Olya's upper lip trembled. Swear? Put on a bitter smile. On my own life. Something hit the window's ledge on the outside. Olya shuddered and shifted her gaze toward it. Another snowball smacked into the window's frame. Were you expecting someone? I didn't reply. Let go of her wrist, Olya wept in fear. I crossed the room, wincing from every shout coming from my parents. I could hear plates getting smashed, and they must have moved their argument to the kitchen. Okay, this is gonna be creepy. Oh my god, really? Oh, Jesus. These guys. I flung the curtains of the window open. Hooty, Teddy, Wolfie, and most importantly, the charming Elisa stood outside, waving at us. Olia gasped in surprise when she saw the owl girl. See, I told you. Yeah, I know, I always believed you. Who are they? Her fearful voice had also some curiosity mixed in. Only the most boring children sit at home in weather like this. We still have so many games to play. But let's not play all of them. My paw hurts. We'll play a little and rest. Friends! Come on, come out to play and dance. My heart started beating faster as soon as I saw Elisa, and my inner voice practically screamed, She's here! She's finally here! Do they know the way to Neverland? Do not! I swear to God. If you take your little sister with you... Oh, that is a horrible idea. That would be a horrible idea. Do not do that. Maybe. No! You idiot! You fucking moron! I mean, okay, look. Look, I understand. You want to save your little sister from your parents arguing. Made sure that Olia wore warm clothes. Mom barked at Dad like a wild beast from that show with Nikolai Drozdov. We sneaked past the rumbling kitchen and into the snowfall outside. Elisa ran up to me and hugged me tight, poking her cold nose into my neck. You took so long. We almost got old waiting for you shut-ins. She pressed her body into me even harder. Turns out waiting is so tiring. Phew, give me a minute to catch my breath. I was preparing to leave for a long time once, and when I was done, I forgot where I was supposed to go. Olia looked at the owl with suspicion, but she giggled when the bird did a backflip and landed perfectly on her feet without staggering. All the other animals, as if on cue, stopped fooling around and stared at Olia in amazement. That's the girl who didn't want to become friends. My name is Olia. I was afraid of you before. Well, oh God. Were you afraid of Hooty? Maybe she has owl phobia. Can you cure that? It doesn't matter as long as she's not afraid of having fun. Or she might get scared to death with us. Ah. I was stunned at the realization that my lips were slowly forming a smile. Every time I met Elisa, it felt like I crossed a river, and at the sound of flowing water suppressed all of my negative thoughts. Your costumes are so pretty. Fox Girl let go of me and squatted beside Olia. My, what a cutie. Why'd you hide such a cute creature from us before? I glanced at the house, worried that our parents might have seen us and were about to ruin our fun like they always do, then hugged my sister and replied, Let's get further away from here. Sure thing. Hey, Olia, do you know how to find Grandpa Frost in our forest? Oh, wait, what? Is this the thing? Legendary figure similar to Santa Claus, hailing from Slavic mythology. Okay. Okay. So it's just like Russian Santa. Alright. How funny would it be if we can join you playing this game by doing voice acting? That could be interesting. My little sister's eyes widened. How? You need to follow the sweet trail. Elisa bent down and took a candy out of the snow. Olia raised her hands in amazement. She gave me an inquiring look. I nodded. My sister munched on the candy. Wait, do we have Grandpa Frost in our forest? Why, didn't you tell me? I did, this afternoon. But I slept during the day. Right, I told you while you were sleeping. Oh! Okay. Elisa dashed away, wiggling her red tail like a torch's flame. Olia went after her without thinking and laughed after taking another candy out of a snow pile. You're so lively it makes me sick to the stomach. And you stop being so passive. Run with us to Grandpa Frost while there's still presents left. No way. I won't believe the fox's tales unless 10 pounds of sweets drop on my head right now. Started raining down on the bear's head. I couldn't stop myself from laughing at him, ouching and bobbing his head up and down. Tasty treats glistened in the snow. Teddy sneezed and pulled a little bear in the north candy out of his ear. I'd take an hour-long nap and then count all these chocolates. I suspect there are no more than 3 pounds here. Elisa shouted at us from the other side of the forest. Maybe in another life. Hurry up, Grandpa Frost is already tired of waiting for you in his castle. I shrugged and ran. Running loosened the grip of fear I felt all this time. Something round whizzed past my temple. I decided it was a snowball, but then Olya proclaimed, Zephyr! Oh, I know what this is. I think I know what this is. Yep. Yeah, I know that. I know that. Don't pick it up, it's dirty. Huh? Do you believe in microbes? And you don't? I used to. Graceful rows of colossal pines greeted us with their rustling paws. Snow drifted upward into the endless black sky just like last time. Snow piles lighted up like I can't talk. Like melted silver. So pretty, and I thought the forest was scary. Parents told us scary stories of the forest, owl and snow. But we weren't one bit worried, playing with her when moon glows. I did my best to keep track of Olya's movement, but it was a difficult task. My sister would jump inside bushes, picking up more candy, only to get back on the trail. Hootie flew over our heads, landed on a branch, and started hooting and shaking her head. Wolfie dug into the snow with his face, dragging out a pile of bubblegum. Swallowed it without taking off the wrapping. Oh, God. Your tummy will hurt. Wolf scared and spat out the gumball. Lies, lies, nasty flies. Tummy aches don't exist. All that nonsense only happens to grown-ups. Elisa stopped in her tracks and moved a canopy of intertwined branches to the side in a pompous manner, like you would open the curtains in the theater. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Is this the freaking black, garage or black whatever it is? Is it the garage? Is this real? Should I pinch you? There's no need to pinch her. We stared at the sparkling miracle. Its towers and walls were made out of snow and icy marble. I heard a calming sound of ringing little bells. There was also the smell of chocolate and burnt sugar in the air. Welcome to our humble abode. Come on in. She didn't have to invite us twice. We entered the castle, spinning around and squinting from the blinding sparkles. Oh, hi! What the fuck? What is this? Whoa. Buffy Pom-Pom swung atop the two peaks of his hat. A snow-white beard covered his kind smile. He looked just like I imagined him back in the day when I still believed in Mom's fairy tales, tall, strong, and hairy, radiating frost and warmth at the same time. Now his voice, low and syrupy, enveloped me like the smoke of a... If this is the goat, I'm gonna laugh. Anton and Olga, you probably got tired while getting here, my dear children. Oh no, Grandpa, we got here really fast. My sister spoke with the castle's master like she never spoke with adults, in a lively, carefree manner as if they were the same age. Of course, I know all about it. I have a lot of friends. They tell me everything. If you're diligent all year, I will bring you gifts, my dear. If you're lazy and upset, please forgive this kind old man. Candy won't encounter lazy bones and downers. I'm not lazy. This too I know. He gave us a long, evaluating look. His real face was hidden under the Grandpa Frost mask. I was just standing there, unblinking, my gaze glued to the old man. I could accept children living in the forest and fantastical jumps toward the moon, but seeing Grandpa Frost in his frozen castle left me completely speechless. I have something special for you two. A sack appeared in his giant hand. My nostrils got attacked by the aroma of cocoa, halva, and tangerines. Thank you, but we've already eaten some candy. Grandpa Frost pierced me with his eyes. Ho ho, you call that candy? That was nothing. My candy is special, straight from Neverland. Ho ho ho. From Neverland? I'd give them to you right away, but you clearly deserve them. But rules are rules. You need to solve 3 of Grandpa's riddles. Want to try? Tried spitting my parched lips apart, but Olya was the first to reply. Yeah! Here comes the first one. It's a home for... No! This is the garage. This is the garage. This is the garage. Garage, correct. All day long to the shadows they belong. They rattle the plates and hiss at their mates. My eyebrow shot up in confusion. Moms? Can I? It's a kitty. Correct. Here's the last one. Solve it and the gifts are yours. But what a stroke of bad luck, my dear children. I completely forgot what the riddle was about. Maybe our little animal friends can help us. Oh. Children in costumes surrounded us, laughing and stomping, only to start spinning in a crazed roundelay that somewhat reminded me of the dance under my window on that fateful night. Grandpa Frost sits on his throne. All at the kids, he's smiling back. Please don't make them wait too long. Come and open your old sack. He burst out laughing, satisfied. Okay, you prove yourself to this old man. Here you go. He scattered a mountain of sweets from his scarlet sack, some of which I'd never seen in commercials before. Bubblegum of all shapes and colors with tasty aromas and inserts sticking out. Lollipops the size of a fist and tangerines the size of Olia's head. And also Snickers, Mars, Bounty Bars, and Kinder Surprise that we haven't eaten for so long already. Wow, thank you. I wiped away the tears of joy with my sleeve when my inner voice persuaded me to get rid of all doubts. This is exactly what I wanted my sister. For my sister and myself. A true Neverland without bullying and taboos. We're finally going to be happy. Oh, I think I know who this is. I know what this is. I know what this is. Oh. Animals that stood to his sides also raised their paws. Their eyes sparkled brighter than precious gems. The wolf's maw was wet with saliva. Feast, my children. This is creepy. Their hands were smeared with something dark. I fished out the most tasty-looking candy from the pile of sweets on the floor. The color's back! Then took a bite. Milk chocolate melted in my mouth. I applaud your bold decision. Now it's time for you to play. Oh! I will grant you your deepest wishes. Let me lighten up your day. Sure. Anton, look. Sister's face was smeared in chocolate, and I was about to reprimand her, but words got stuck in my throat. Oh, what the hell? A giant spruce shot toward the stars and disappeared somewhere in outer space, crowned by a giant moon. Giant balls shined on its branches. Garlands of lights gleamed with all the colors of the rainbow. The roof disappeared and myriads of constellations sprawled onto the night sky above us. Holy shit, this is trippy. Music, laughter, and the smell of evergreen and sweets. Teddy, Wolfie, and Hootie dancing beside us. The snowflakes floating backwards. I burst out laughing, touched the bushy golden tinsel. It was all real. Is that it? Are you talking about Neverland by any chance? Is this Neverland? Elisa performed a theatric bow. Christmas bells gleamed and shimmered, and my soul shimmered in unison with them. I was becoming the magic winter frost, the soft evergreen, all of the constellations at the same time. Welcome home. This is where my home always was. The snow sparkled, almost blinding me. Oh, that's so cute. She started spinning in a dance. She grabbed a candy with each of her hands. Wolf juggled Kinder Surprise eggs. Did you see that? Consoles, handheld games, dolls, and Transformer figures lay under a spruce as if they were brought here by trucks. Is this for us? I realized I was also dancing, so I replied while moving. It's a bit too much for just the two of us. I share it with somebody, and what do you think? Only if it's somebody nice. A group of children stood at the edge of the woods, their enchanted gazes directed at our celebration. Hey. I jumped across the whole clearing and glided to the ground near them. Want to come to us? Oh, no! What the fuck? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I don't like this. I don't like this. Are you happy, Tosha? I am. Up in the sky, majestic fireworks went off, illuminating the dancing figures. My eyes wet and my muscles sprung up. I tilted my head backward to look at the moon and screamed at the top of my lungs from overflowing emotion. Are you happy? Are you happy? Yes. I like to think so. I very much like to think so. This is very weird because, can I just say, I already know that this is the garage. In my like quote unquote normal playthrough, that was the garage in the middle of the woods, and I'm willing to bet that this is that. I'm willing to bet that this is that. I'm willing to bet. Anyways, are you happy, Bunny? I jumped towards the stars and did a flip. All of Neverland could hear my scream. I am happy. This beautiful visuals. For the first time in a long days I'd spent in the new house, I woke up with a smile on my face. This time happiness had a tight grip on me. I stretched, enjoyed the sweet sensation with every cell of my body. Outside I could hear the joyful chirping of beautiful red-chested bullfinches, who celebrated the bright January sun. Their chirping granted me hope that the naked forest outside my window would someday turn into a lush paradise for my parents and my little sister. The corridor was filled with dog barks and the patter of... What? The door to my bedroom flew open, greeting me with a warm breeze and the aroma of freshly made coffee. She got a doggy! Oh, Zulka! Hi, Zulka. Holding the cute Zulka, who wiggled both her body and her tail. Look, Tosha, look. Papa said she can stay. Tears of joy formed in my little sister's eyes. I have my own doggy now. Couldn't help but jump up from the bed upon hearing this wonderful news. That's Zulka. Zulka? No, her name is Princess. Right, Your Highness. The dog barked in agreement. Knock, knock. Can I come in? They're so happy. They're so happy. This is weird. This is so interesting. This has got to be like a dream. What do you think of our new family member? This idiot threw herself under my car. I barely avoided her. I got my car scratched. Thought I'd choke her with my own 2 hands. Then I looked at her in the eye, and there I saw how should I put it? Intelligence. Yeah, and the poor thing was shaking all over. And then I said, alright, if you manage to make it home without soiling my seats, I'll let you stay. Princess can't soil anything. We laughed in unison just like the good old days when every little thing could easily make us burst out laughing. Well, why'd you stop? Continue with your stories. Mom gave Dad a cunning look, and he turned away red as a beet. They were acting like total kids. There's more good news. Your dad got a promotion. Oh, now he's all Giga Chad stone-faced. I shouldn't exactly be happy about this since the chief accountant went missing and all. Okay. So it's not just kids that are going missing. That's the dog from the yeah, exactly. It is. Yeah, it is. That he recognized her. But you know, for us it's a silver lining. Does that mean you'll be away from home more? That means double the bonuses. That's right, Karina. Which means you all should prepare for a family trip next week. My heart started beating faster after those words. Where? Olia even loosened her grip on the stray. Are we going to McDonald's? Come on, Olia. Aim higher. We've been planning this trip a long time, but something always messed it up. So sorry about that, kids. Mom wiped away a tear with her fist. It's okay, Karina. Now it's all in the past. We're going to Disneyland! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah! This is so wholesome. I love this. My sister and I jumped up to the ceiling with joy. The dog also got excited from the passionate speech and joined us. Hooray! The voice acting is so good. Our jubilant screams filled the house, rushed through the attic, and the drain pipes flew across the front yard and sneaked into the shining white forest, taking the scary D-word away with it. I swore that I'll remember this day forever, the day when my parents finally dropped their derisive masks, and underneath them were the faces of parents who we always knew and loved. If something goes terribly wrong, I'm gonna cry. Lilia Pavlovna still hadn't returned to school after Katya went missing, so today I was able to get a good night's sleep and went to school when it was already bright outside. The trail led to a snow-white plain with blackened houses in the background. They pumped out gray smoke that carried the smell of birch and pine logs. The freezing cold of the night had finally let up. It fell into slumber under the early sunlight. Ice sparkles appeared on the white caps atop the houses. I stopped, confident that nobody could spoil my good mood today. Not even my personal tormentor, Pyadafanov, or his nasty crony, Vyasha. Not even the shining knife that threatened to cut me up like a dead fish. Not even the mix of disdain and pity in Paulina's rare glances. All of that was left in the past, forgotten like a bad dream. All of it was gone forever. A cow let out a long moo somewhere in the distance. I fell out of my fleeting daydream and walked forward, crunching with a snow blanket under my soles. Fluffy clouds floated above my head. I recognized the friendly shapes of animal kids in them. Suddenly a snowball landed on the back of my head, girlish laughter that reminded me of a small ringing bell, and the spring breeze tickled my ears. I turned around, expecting to see her, my lovely guide into the dream world, my dear Elisa. Yet instead of a fox girl, Paulina stood on the trodden path before me, with her faithful violin case in hand. Got your head in the clouds again, huh, Petrov? She lunged at me with contagious laughter, locking her arms around my neck. I just stood there in awe, drowning in the sweet aroma of her perfume. Did something happen? She flashed an embarrassed smile. I saw her cornflower-colored eyes gleam. My grandpa, he can walk again. Can you believe it? The local doctor had no faith in him, but it's like he stood up and started walking just to spite him. This is the happiest day of my life, Anton. She dug her face deep into my chest, tightened her grip on my neck as if I was more than just a friend to her. I started looking around, anxious. Polina, somebody could see us. Are you worried about Pyotofanov? Then you're worried about nothing. He has not been seen for... Oh no! Oh no, he went missing! I cautiously parted with Polina, trying to understand whether it was some sort of prank or the truth. Wait, you don't believe me? That officer, Lieutenant Tikhonov, came to our house just last night. He said that Byasha along... What?! Holy shit! A group of skiers glided past us, straight into the forest. Polina leaned into my ear, sharing her whisper with me, her eyes still locked to the skiers. As far as I know, Tikhonov suspects that all the previous cases were Pyotofanov's fault. No way. I was shocked myself. There were rumors that Romka, went off the deep end. I mean, I'm not exactly surprised to hear that. What do you mean? Haven't you heard? He's from a very troubled family. I don't even want to imagine what had been going on in their home. Romka always seemed excessively aggressive to me, always angry at everyone without a good reason. Now the darkness that he harbored within overflowed into the outside world and led multiple small innocent souls to their demise as well as his own. It was hard to believe, but the first time I laid my eyes on Romka, I thought that things would end this way. Let's move, or we're gonna be late. She grabbed my hand and started running along the village road, accompanied by joyful laughter. With every step, every laugh, and every joke, the warmth I thought I'd forgotten enveloped my heart more and more. I wonder if the MC and the sister were caught already, and by this point is nothing more than a simulacrum? Maybe. Now, here's the thing that's interesting to me. Is that when he was... So, when he is, like, the Bnui, right? When he's all, like, yeah, I'm with the animal kids now. Like, life is perfect. Like, literally, like, they woke up, and their parents were happy, they got a dog, and they're going to Disneyland. And his two bullies went missing. And... what's-her-name, like, hugged him. I tried letting go of Polina's hand near the classroom entrance, embarrassed that our classmates might taunt us. But it was as if Polina didn't care at all. She only gripped my palm even harder while opening the door. And she was right. And she was right. Now that cunning Katya, the heartless Romka, and the steering Byasha were gone, our class looked as if it was sanitized from parasites. It became friendlier and kinder. I didn't get looks overflowing with hatred anymore. There was nobody to spit a ball of chewed paper at me through an empty shell of a ball pen. I sat at my lonely desk where Polina joined me. I wasn't surprised at all. She was so charming I could call her my muse. A wave of inspiration hit me and I couldn't help but pull my sketchbook out of my bag. I licked the pencil lead, my eyes glued to my model. She smiled at me again. What's in your mind? No worries, a professional at work here. Oh, wow. You know, I've watched you from here often. She glanced at her former desk, then fixed a strand of her hair behind her ear in embarrassment. Yeah, this is the shortest... Oh, one of my toggles is going off. Yeah, this is the shortest route, I can tell. I do have, like, a different save file. That's like... So I'm running, like, both of, like, the main kind of paths here, I guess. And I'm just going through this one. This one is, like, the animal friend. Or this one is just, like, the I'll just call it the bunny path, I guess. I outlined her cute cheeks with multiple wide lines. This is the one where, like, I'm friends with the animal people and not, like, terrified of them. It was the first time I was able to grasp somebody's proportions so precisely. Belina. Yes, Anson? She froze in place, afraid of disrupting my work with one wrong move and dispelling the magic of the moment. Yeah, something is definitely still off. Lean here a bit more, please. Yes, like this. Good. Oh! What? It's okay. Really? Really? Oh, Anton. My pencil slid across the paper furiously, adding the shading to her chest. Say, would you like to become the main heroine in my comic? Why is she doing that? Oh, God. What the fuck? Man. Yes. I've been waiting for you to ask. The lead couldn't endure all the tension and cracked, bursting into a million tiny pieces. Couldn't believe my eyes when I looked at the drop. What the fuck? What the hell? I was sitting alone in an empty classroom, with only the specks of dust flying in the moonlight as my company. It was dark outside. My classmates, the feeling of euphoria, all of them were gone. Somebody wrote down a nursery rhyme on the blackboard with a piece of chalk, but some of the words were wiped out and I could only read bits and pieces. Oh no. Oh no. I stood up. I knew this was bad. I knew this was bad. There was a taste of vomit in my mouth. My ears buzzed like from an endless scream, full of despair and horror. What the fuck? Shadows swarmed the corridor. I walked past boarded up classrooms, past the rotten spot. Oh! Oh my god. Spiders crawled under the ceiling. Holy shit. Lamps flickered anxiously. I stopped before the notice board, stunned. Hundreds of new photos were added to those of Semyon and Katya. Holy shit. I'm gonna see if I can see, well, I see the teacher there. I'm gonna see if I can see, Polina. I do not see her on there. Black and white printouts were glued on top of each other. The horrific collage of childish faces stared at me with empty eye sockets. Unable to endure the torturing stares of those watchful gaping holes, I ran out of school. What the hell? I crossed the front yard and reached to the road, where the wind was whipping up powdery snow. No people, no cars, no birds. Low clouds got stuck on chimneys. Windows that looked like they were painted over with ink. Photos of missing people enveloped lampposts and fences like paper skin. Mostly kids, but some adults too. I felt like all the people who once lived in this village now became black and white ghosts in the photos with a person missing label. I dragged my feet along the dead street. Some houses had their windows smashed. The wind made itself at home there, wandering the rooms. Every gust made the front door swing. Kids' coats hung from the fences, their sleeves moved, stretched out toward me. An empty village, an empty husk. What happened here? An overthrown waste bin rumbled across the back alley. Huh! Something flashed inside the window frames of the charred village store. I ran away from its sooty facade. Then I heard a gunnery roar coming from the well. I started walking faster, trying not to pay any mind to the darkness inside the front yards, inside the bloody doghouses, inside the crooked shacks. The moon appeared from under the clouds. Something flew over my head in this draining silence. As if a crop duster flew from one roof to another, a huge shadow loomed over me. I rushed to the right, hoping that I wasn't noticed. A small green house in front of me was my shelter. I pushed the gate, crouched, and scampered toward the porch. I see claw marks. I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. I see claw marks. Hi! What the fuck? A wheelchair rolled out of the darkness, almost hitting me, tumbled down the stairs, clanged with its wheels, and stopped near an apple tree. I followed it with round eyes, then turned my gaze inside the house. The corridor was obscured by dark, empty frames on the walls, glass shards on the floor. Oh my god. I heard a growling reply. Oh god. Oh! From across the corner at the end of the corridor, a furry paw appeared, and after, a scary beast face with a pair of burning eyes. A huge overweight beast crawled out onto its belly, writhing like a snake. It could barely fit inside the corridor's mouth. It squeezed forward, clawing at the floorboards. Its maw clanged like a bear trap inches from my face. The beast got stuck. Holy shit! It banged its paws on the walls, spitting saliva in every direction. Oh my god. I turned around and I need to get the hell out of this nightmare. Ah! A hunchbacked owl, bigger than an average human, landed near the front gate and stood in my way. Its beak kept clicking. Oh! A snow pile bulged nearby and something reminiscent of a giant shrew crawled to the outside. I fell to my knees as if praying to these eldritch creatures. A figure draped in a dirty fox scalp crawled out of a dark hole, smiling with all its teeth. Its tail dragged after it just a piece of vertebrae laced in torn sinews. The creature's bodies became extremely distorted, and I decided I was going insane. They seemed small to me one moment, as small as a child, only to stretch higher than any of the desolate houses next. Man-eating creatures towered over me. Something kept on writhing in their stomachs as if looking for a way out. The longer they stared at me, the wider their twisted smiles, their death masks became. We had such a long feast. Oh, God. The mutilated fox taxidermy mount licked its lips. Ugh! The nasty insect ran between the razor-sharp teeth and dropped into the bottomless pit that could swallow the whole world. Hoot, hoot, sweet meat, juicy meat. I can see what you meant by this is the shortest. I can see what you meant by this is the shortest route. We devour it and we won't stop. Ha 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 ha. There's nothing human about their speech. It was all just animalistic growls and bird-like whizzes. But I was able to understand every word as if we were speaking the same language. It's a shame you couldn't catch up with us, Bunny. You couldn't bite the moon. You stole my food, traitors. What? What? You refused to eat your family. Oh! You refused to eat your family, remember? But... Hoot hoot, pathetic meat, worthless meat. You're absolutely useless, brother. You make me sick. I feel like I skipped something. Grr, shame, shame. Indescribable horror gripped me when the laughing beast held her clawed paws toward me. Then suddenly, the thing that pretended to be a fox started barking loudly. Fools, it's his time to bring the treats. Good for nothing. Hoot Hoot let him fulfill his mission. We'll be waiting for some meat from you tomorrow night, or else. Or else. Or else. Or else. Or else we'll eat your entire family. Oh, God. The monsters formed a circle around me and started dancing. This is creepy as hell. I screamed. Huge eyes, fangs, claws, and flashed in front of me. I'm vibing. Huge eyes, fangs, claws flashed in front of me, blurring into a string of colorful spots and smudges. 1, 2, time to play with you. 3, 4, 5, the owl will arrive. 6, on the end, the wolf's gray fur will stand. 7, 8, stomp your hooves and wait. A fox face protruded from the fuzzy lights that the beastly carcasses turned into. For the fox and for the bear. Bunny, tasty meals prepare. Desperate cry, my cry, rumbled across the back streets of the desolate village. I will prepare. The circle broke up and I ran for my life. I felt like I was running into a snare trap. My head was splitting. Ugly images danced inside it, colliding, falling over, getting up and dancing again. 1, 2. They flapped their wings, poked my face with their beaks and their salivating maws. 3, 4, 5. They howled and jumped around and my eardrums were ready to pop. Either from their screams or from the internal pressure that fractured my skull from within. 6. My winter hat obscured my vision. It seemed like the whole sky tilted like a roof that's about to collapse. 7, 8. Snow crumbled from the sky like plaster. I ran through the empty streets through the icy world, chased by a pack of beasts, yet I couldn't see anybody when I turned around. I shut my eyes and I hopped away from the ritual dance that went on inside my flared-up mind. I squeezed my ears with my palms to suppress the noise. I just wanted to stop my head from cracking open. The sunrise found me deep inside the forest. The fuck? What the hell? Ah! What? We are deeply grateful for everyone who purchased the game in early access. All the profits will go toward further development of the game. That's it? Or that's it, like, so far? Oh my god. Okay, hang on. We gotta do this one now. We gotta do this one now. We all should join us at the table, gnawing anxiously on his lower lip. Toshik, you're almost living in that fucking forest. Have you seen anything strange yesterday? I replied with a complete lie. Nope. Me neither. I got lucky that homeroom teacher complained to my folks about my grades, so they didn't let me out for a rehearsal. If they did, we'd be in Katja's shoes right now. Yasha scratched at his Adam's apple. So here's the thing, I heard something. I was going to school this morning as usual, and then I heard a shrill cry coming from behind the trees. A girl's voice, see what I mean? I didn't know about Katja then. Even if I did, I would have still been scary. It would have still been scary. Mornings here are as bad as nights. It's so dark you can't see a thing. What if it was Katja? And what if it was the worst possible place among the windfall near the cemetery? Bullshit. I swear, I heard it with my own ears. Are you sure Katja's really are you sure Katja really went missing? Look, even her mom didn't show up for work today. The test is off, huh? I'm telling you guys, it was Katja moaning in the taiga. Serial killer got her too. I remembered Katja. She was both beautiful and mean. First girl in our class with the maturing body, to the envy of all the other girls. Main source of gossip. Vyasha started counting with his fingers. Senechka, Vova, Semyon, Katja. 4 people. Roma slammed his hands into the desk. Alright guys, from now on, we always keep our guard up. Don't split off from the group like in the stupid horror movies. I don't care about the rest, but you two are under my protection. And Polina, too. I hope your relationship works out. I had already forgotten that I was ever into Polina. The only girl occupying my thoughts after last night was Elisa. The boys went to the cafeteria and I was left alone, scribbling in my notebook, drawing rows of pines and 2 small figures flying between the treetops in the full moon. Shivers ran up to my shoulders, sneaking playfully under the hem of my shirt. Holy shit. Who the fuck? Thank you for the sub. I couldn't see who that was. Lyra Wolf, thank you for the sub. Oh, my thing froze. Lyra, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Okay. Even though soaring through the sky felt so simple, there was still something evil weighing me down. The culprit was definitely still in the village. They were hiding something horrible under a mask of piousness. What are you drawing? Embarrassed, I covered the note. Nothing really, just fooling around. Polina put her elbows on the desk. I'd already forgotten how light graceful she was, just like a violin. So this is the same... We heard about Katja, it's a tragedy. No, I thought. You're one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met, but alas, you're only number 2. Hang on. Interesting. So now this is the same. Want to go for a walk? Why not? Deal. I'll see you at backyard after algebra. From no, probably not. And she left, and Ramka appeared in the doorway in her place. He popped onto the seat next to me and started whispering in my ear. Did you talk to her? Yasha walked toward us, but Roma stopped him with an angry glare. Yasha, shove off for a bit. Curled his lips in frustration and disappeared from the classroom. Turned his attention to me. Well, did you? Did she say anything about me? I could barely stop myself from flashing a sad, desperate smile. Ramka, the leader of Team Voltron, was in love, madly in love. His gaze boiled up with hope, pleas, worries. He looked like a pure, naive boy that shielded himself from the world with sports delinquency and coldness. Could I really betray him in this moment of weakness? Could I make the right choice in a situation where nothing was right? I fake coughed before speaking. She asked where you will be after school. His face the next moment was worth the effort of telling this lie. Ramka was beaming with happiness. And what'd you say? I told her you'll be in the backyard. He licked his lips in excitement. He grabbed my wrist so hard I thought it would break. Thank you, you're a real friend. Let's go prepare already. It's gonna be a show she won't be able to forget. He left the classroom to join the grouchy Biasha, and I was left alone to stare blankly at Polina's empty seat. I just traded one friendship for another. Let's just hope I made the right choice. I wish that was a choice too. It's not folk, it's an author, but the story is greatly expanded compared to the original. Ville's echo wandered aimlessly in school's darkest corners. I flew into the yard with my coat still half zipped. The weather forecast didn't lie about the oncoming blizzard. A leaden cloud was coming at us from the north. A mighty roar bubbled inside of it. The other kids stood with their back to the wind and laughed when the gusts pushed them around the skating rink. The blizzard carried that laughter into the violent unknown. Romka rushed my way as soon as he noticed me in the tiny school backyard that was usually empty. You ready? Sure you won't chicken out? There won't be another chance. I wasn't ready at all. My stomach stung if wanting me to get out of here, to bail out from the stupid idea that was destined to fail from the very beginning. But I couldn't abandon Romka halfway through purely on principle. He, in the meantime, was hurriedly continuing our inventory with his ink-stained fingers. I've got the bouquet. The creep is also here. Do we need anything else? What about my costume? Where's my axe, or I don't know, my mask? Oh, come on. Just put on that bunny mask you always carry around. Hurry up, we can't let Polina see us together. I looked at Romka with distrust, but my fingers already found the slider in the backpack's zipper. So getting surprised, I felt relief when I took up my real face. With it came calmness. The pain in my stomach subsided. I instantly remembered the feeling of flight, weightlessness, and joy. Romka's problem seemed so yawn-inducing and insignificant now. Let's do it like we practiced. As soon as she appears, I'll stand in her way. Yeah, and I'll show up to save her from the bushes. Bam. And you'll be bolder. Like it's for real. I'll try my best. Simple piece of cardboard and fur carried enough energy to compete with the blizzard's fury. Put on my real face on top of my glasses, gleeful. I fixed it so my eyes would look right through the slits. Romka disappeared, and instead Polina walked out from around the corner, looking around warily. She had her trusty violin case. Fresh snow squeaked under her boots. Clouds devoured the sun, and coming darkness turned me into a long-eared silhouette. After looking at me with suspicion, she started circling around the yard. That's so creepy. How'd she not recognize you? You're wearing the same outfit. Not a word that my height or my clothes could give away my identity. Are you lost, girly? She frowned and stepped back toward the bushes. Romka immediately appeared out of them, swearing. Moved sideways in an awkward manner like a crab while still holding his hand that was holding the flowers behind his back. Hey, you goddamn sadist. Nobody will harm this girl while I'm here. Got it, you... I couldn't help but cringe and roll my eyes under the mask. His voice sounded fake and totally idiotic. He was way more believable during our rehearsal. Paid no mind and brazenly grabbed Polina by the collar, pulling her closer. My fingers ran across her silky bangs. She let out an angry shriek, but that only made me smirk. I was overflowing with permissiveness and impunity. I intended to push Polina to the ground and... What the hell? What the hell? Whoa! Stay away, you hear me? That's so creepy. That's so creepy. Oh! I think I was born... Oh no! Oh no. But the failure of an actor just stared at a snow pile, his face red as a beet from embarrassment. Planning such a big show and screwing up even bigger. Polina watched us with her fist clutched before she suddenly shouted. Clowns! Her loud verdict so ricocheted off the school walls like a trapped dove when Polina broke into a run on the snow-covered asphalt. Her shadow waved like the hem of a dress and disappeared around the corner. Oh. Okay, that was really weird. That was, like, that was so creepy. That's so creepy. What the fuck? So every time he puts on the mask, he gets, like, weird. Along with the mask, I took off a layer of intrusive thoughts and emotions. He screeched with his teeth, staring down at his feet. Lost and depressed, he couldn't counter fate's punches, unlike me. I knew how terrible he felt. He was ready to crush everything around him or bang his head against the concrete. He was ready to do anything but ask Polina to come back. He was strong and brave, but his fear of showing any weakness impeded him greatly. A possible resolution flashed in my mind. I placed my hand on Romka's shoulder. Wait here. Oh no. Polina. Polina, please. What? She didn't yank it away. It was a good sign. It was all just a big misunderstanding. She brushed a lock of hair out of her face. I shot that she probably stole that move from one of the Sharon Stone movies. Her voice is still strict. What's there to misunderstand? Romka planned some heroic deed, well, in his own world. And you offered to be the clown that he would protect me from. He even managed to find a mask this ugly somewhere. I wanted to shout, it's not ugly at all, but said something completely different instead. And that's where you're wrong. Romka really likes you. Curiosity flashed in her eyes. I wanted to hug Polina, steal her, and lead her into the... I'll introduce him to my new friends. I wanted the flute to sing. Polina would have surely liked its melody. I wanted us to jump high in the sky above the clouds. Under the stars that are pinned in the night sky, I would tell Polina how much I needed her. But she's like water and I'm dying of thirst. I thought you also liked me. I played dumb. Me? She fought out of my clutches, annoyed. I get it now. Wait, I do like you. Everybody does. But Romka is a special case. The special case of a liar. He's determined and he's actually way more serious than he looks. Remember how you told him about wanting to escape? You'd definitely be able to do that with him. He'd take you to some big shiny city. Hell, he'll take you wherever you want. He swore to protect you. She stared into the darkness outside the school's boundaries. There was only the wind and the swirling snow. What do you want me to do? Bear children from his oaths? Just give him a chance, get to know him better. Jokes aside, a real serial killer is still on the loose. Let him escort you home today. I forced myself to speak, but my lips went numb and my face turned to stone. I was afraid that my voice would give away my true feelings. Words were like razors that cut my chest and my windpipe before scattering out of my mouth. Polina stayed silent for what felt like an eternity and beyond. She snorted angrily and tapped her fingers on the black violin case. Finally, she sighed and spoke. Tell you, Romka, that I'll be waiting near the school gates. Don't let him get the wrong idea. Feigned happiness. I could fake emotions if need be. You won't regret it. I slowly shuffled my way around the corner, my eyes shut tight and my heart beating like a hammer that drove nails deep into my soul. He sat in a squatting position, ruffling his short hair. She waiting for you at the gate. I was rewarded with the amazed look on my buddy's face. He sprang up, choking his words, total opposite of the shut-off, silent leader that I met just last week. You're my savior. Bro, I'm in your debt forever. Do you want me to fetch you a Tetris console or maybe teach you how to fist fight? Or... I only had one dream, to be left alone. So I could watch the forest sway with the wind in complete silence. If I could breathe in the frosty smell through the old mask. Go already. I hope that when it comes to Elisa, I won't need to choose between friendship and my feelings. I have no one left apart from her. Well, maybe Olia, but of course she was my only ray of light in this pitch-black taiga. How could I forget about my little sister? I know what I want. Romka, who already started walking, stopped and looked at me. I want to go to Disneyland with my sister. My buddy smirked and pulled his hat to the back of his head. And what do you suggest? We rob a bank or something? No, we just need to catch that serial killer. The one that's responsible for all the kidnappings. Then we'll get to the reward from the police. He winced and hid his hands in the pocket of his pants. Really think that Lieutenant will pay you for helping out? Best he'll get is probably an officer's watch or something. Got tired of arguing with Romka. Will you help me, yes or no? I've already told you we're a team. We move together. Good. If only we knew where to start. Wait up. Yasha said he heard someone crying in the windfall behind the cemetery. I bet it was Katya. I tensed up like a guitar string. Katya was a step towards Semyon, and he was a step toward Vova. We'll help the police arrest that cursed killer, and our village will stop living in fear. And the adults would lift the restrictions that prohibit Olia from going outside, and I'd finally be able to teach her how to jump to the sky with her new friends. What's the plan, then? I can't say for now, and I'm short on time here. Let's meet near Polina's house in an hour. No, in an hour and a half. You know where she lives, right? Remember the house number I sneakily looked up in Polina's questionnaire. I'll find my way there. Great, well, I'll be going. And he sped off, leaving me alone to try and calm down my galloping heart. Maybe now, when I have Rumka's support, this nightmare will finally end. Yasha, who was chewing on some sunflower seeds, grimaced as soon as I approached him. Look who finally came. You abandoned me and left with your bestie. And he called us the Voltron team. Biasha gave me a morose look and turned away. For a minute, I pondered whether Biasha could help us search for Kasha, but what if Rumka's crony will only ruin everything? Okay, hang on. Now hang on here. I'm gonna invite him. Come on, don't be mad. Boss said for a bit. Don't be too tough on him. I never forgot about you. Here, have a gift. I handed my improved sketch of Voltron, a giant transformer robot made out of 5 smaller lion robots, to Biasha. Hey, sick. This is for me. Thanks, much appreciated. Don't mention it. See you in an hour and a half near Polina's house. We have some urgent business. Saved became pink from happiness. What are you two up to? Showed him a sad smile, calculating our chances. Try not to go missing. Okay. Kasha who went missing. The forest. The serial killer. The crypts, the graves, the crosses. Biasha crawled out of the early twilight and a block away from the place we agreed to meet at. What's the long face? Out of fresh dad jokes? Right now I was happy to see even his ugly mug. Gather up, gang. Bringing up Rumka's date was clearly unnecessary. I could tell it went wonderfully by the wide grin on his face. He rammed me jokingly in the side. Let's move, gentlemen. One is happy, the other is sad. You guys are weird. Don't think too much. Your last brain cell might pop if you overexert it. At the same time, the village folk cooked dinners inside their homes, watched their TVs, fought over silly things. Grim-faced men smoked on their porches. Well rollers creaked. The blizzard arched around the village. But it wasn't the blizzard that worried or scared me. The forest grew in front of our faces, and I wasn't sure if we entered it or it just devoured us with its toothy maw. Pines creaked, and long shadows stretched from the taiga. They bent their trunks on both sides of the road. None of us spoke a single word when we stepped into the windbreak. Pale fog streamed above the ravines, its tail swirling in a ghostly dance. The nauseous smell of church candle wax around us muddled my mind. Bumps all around us reminded me of funeral mounds, with twisted wilting trees acting as crosses. Darkness wailed and bubbled from underneath the frozen swamps. The wind howled in anger. Keeping track of time became meaningless. At some point we stopped before a pile of windfall. Alright. Search mode activated. Don't go too far from each other, for any signs of Katja or her kidnapper. And be quick about it. In just an hour, this place will be pitch dark. We started carefully wading through fallen trees in vain hope of finding at least something. We won't find shit in this dark. Let's go home. Hey, what do we have here? Oh! Today's my lucky day. Guys, I found something. This is Katja's purse. Oh! Wait a minute. What was that? Oh, God. I finally saw it with my own eyes, but I still couldn't believe them. Biasha, his hair completely white, stumbled away in horror, before eventually plopping into a snow pile. I looked at his outstretched hand that pointed at the void. His fingers shook like crazy. Bleat. Bleat. He jumped up as if something bit him and fled. Didn't even glance his way. Oh, I got him killed. Didn't even notice how my legs started carrying me towards something indescribably horrific. Pulled away the veil of fluffy evergreen. A small clearing that was once burnt out with a precise lightning strike showed itself from behind the spruces. Circle of blackened tree stumps. The garage! Oh, yep. Felt like the garage wasn't just a metal box that could easily be moved from one place to another. It was alive. Why are you... An insect with a black, glossy carapace, a gluttonous carrion. We kept staring at it while it watched us carefully with its single red blinking eye. I tried to persuade myself that it was just a light bulb. Why are you... Oh my god, you moron. You fucking moron. It's unlocked. Tried swallowing, my mouth was dry as a desert. The garage's doors were open, darkness swirled inside it. I felt someone's touch. He put his palm on my shoulder. Are we going? He looked far older than his real age. Actually, he looked like a decrepit old man. Where? Are you insane? Let's go warn Lieutenant Tikhonov. He spat at his feet. Don't be silly, Toha. Your Tikhonov couldn't even find a mitten in the forest. Helping the cops is for pussies, especially now when I'm on their juvenile criminal list. The delinquent brandished his trademark knife and looked at me. The serial killer has probably returned to his lair. We might catch him off guard and capture him, or next time he'll be the one ambushing us. The animal kid said that he was just a man from the village. But can we beat him by ourselves? It may not be a second chance, bro. Time to decide. Oh my god! I don't know. I feel like we will die if we do this. So, fuck it. We'll get this over with. We'll get this over with. We got closer to the building. Metal box was completely silent, apart from the generator's hum. He knocked on the gate with his knuckles as to make sure it's not going to turn into a predatory maw. With newfound confidence, he opened the gate wider and started feeling around the wall looking for the light switch. Give me a hand here. I'm gonna see something I don't like. Turn it to be another ordinary garage on the inside. Tool shelves on both sides, canisters, rags, and a covered car. No serial killers, no murder victims. I even chuckled in relief. Similar emotions could be read from my companion's face. He entered the garage and went clockwise around the car. I swear to God, something's gonna something's gonna grab him. Got brave enough to set one foot inside the garage. Do you not see the tools there? Darkness was plastered all over its corners like a spider web, but if there ever was a spider, it left its nest long ago. Oh, God. Oh! Severed limbs, mounds of ground meat, and heads plastered with meat flies. I'll see all of that inside this box. Just like in a nightmare, a scary version of the Field of Wonders where the host pulls out pus-oozing prizes out of a black box. And in reality, the box was empty. Even if there was something inside, it was probably taken out at some point. Why does this look so much like an altar? As in the garage is a church, and those here are the attributes of an inhuman taiga religion. I don't want to look at the icons of that beastly faith, ancient scriptures and iron relics. No, it's just a pile of junk. Nobody's worshipped here, shrines like these don't exist, and there's some wax on the tabletop because they often have blackouts and the owner works in candlelight. Okay, what else can I look at? Rusty tools that look like steel fangs inside the jaws of this icy place, or like torture tools of a medieval executioner. The moment you touch these, a wound will bloom on your finger, and the result cut will get infected from the rust and the dried fat, and you'll rot away alive. Pain. Just pain. If something dim light couldn't reach there, anything could be hidden in the dark. What if someone is watching me from there, hiding behind silvery webs? Let me stand on my tiptoes. No, just dust and old junk. What did it grip? What crunched under the pressure of its metal maws? What poured down on the workbench from their ripping flesh? Its cast iron parts crumbled from continued use. But it was just a normal metalwork vise. We had one just like this in our shop classroom. A vise for metal parts, not for victims. Drops of oil, not blood. It's a car. What else can it be? Just a car covered with a tarp. There's nobody inside it. No dead, no living. The stench of dried up blood. It's all in my head. The thing under the cover smells like a machine oil. Nothing more. Nothing but rusted junk. This place turned out to be boring as fuck. What kind of moron had the bright idea to move this garage from place to place all the time? We're leaving. Okay. Let's catch up with the It got really bad. I went into the snowfall. Momko was also stomping toward the exit when he suddenly stopped and stared at the car. Hey, why leave this place empty-handed? Let me at least snatch the tape deck. I'll be back in a jiffy. Somebody sniffled from under the Oh! I almost plopped into a snow pile from surprise. Did you hear that? It's her! I watched my friend tugging at the cloth, but I couldn't muster the strength to rush to his aid. My legs frozen to the ground. Still, he managed even without me. The cover he slashed with his knife flew to the side. Oh my god. Oh! A huge meat grinder, sparkling with its well-oiled parts. I saw one just like this in Under 16 and Beyond. An industrial giant that factories used to grind cow carcasses when making sausage. Oh my... Oh! Inside its bowl, which reminded me of the bloodthirsty maws of a Venus flytrap, had a tied-up Kacha. She looked like she had just snapped out of a daydream and her eyes rounded in horror. The gag and cautious mouth prevented her from doing anything but moaning and sniffling. Get over here. I threw off my stupor like a heavy tarp and rushed inside the garage. And in the meantime, Romka almost managed to climb to the steel death machine. He grabbed Katja under her shoulders. No! Rumbling like an empty stomach, Romka realized what he had done and he screamed. Turn it off, turn it off. No single damn button or a switch. Oh god, it's not working. I can't do shit. Get your ass over here. We bent toward Katja and tried to pull her out by the elbow. The spirals in the button go to work, and slowly winded up, gathering more and more speed with every turn. Came the crunching sound. What? No! No, 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 no. Oh god, what the hell? Oh god. Oh no. Oh Jesus. Jesus Christ. Oh god. No. Oh god. God damn it. What the hell? Oh! Was there any... Okay. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Nope. That's... Okay. Ah! Oh my god. I did... Wait. Wait. No. No. There has to be a way. There has to be a way. I need to save her. There's no way. I have to... Oh my god. How do you save her? Can I, like, talk to him? Yeah. Okay. So... So how do I... I'm gonna save here. How do I save her? Oh, wait. So if I... Oh, okay. No, you can't. You literally can't. How are you supposed to do that? Oh, wait, was I supposed to grab one of the... No. Okay. Oh, you did your best. I need to look at the... Hang on. I need to look at the Steam achievements real quick. I need to look at all the achievements. I need to see if you actually can... Hang on. There's not an achievement. You can't save her. Wait, hang on. So... There's not a... Oh my god. So... Oh... Okay, I guess you can't save her. We need proof?! Oh my god. Oh... Jesus Christ. Wait, you can? You can save her? How do you, what? Do I just have to click like crazy? Hang on. I have to look this up. I have to look this up. Aligned with the game's not save as the character's fate is predetermined by the choices. Oh my god. Okay, if I... Hang on. If you click save no more than 2 times, you will get the achievement ground meat. Pressing more than 2 times does not radically change the situation. The girl cannot be helped get out of the trap. For the fact that you tried to save her, an achievement will be issued. Strawberry. If you click the mouse, but the achievement did not drop out, please enter button. Perhaps in the future episodes, the police route will lead to the rescue of the character. The chances of such a development of the events are small, but they are, and here's why. When choosing a militia... What? Her death is not shown. Fate is left open. Perhaps the expected episode 5, the heroes will be able to reach the maniac. So... Okay, hang on. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna go... Oh, wait, how far back did I save? Can I go back and... How far back can I go? Because I want to see if getting to the police will... Hang on. Hang on. Can I... How far back can I go? Oh, Jesus. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna load a different save. Because I want to... Beast, where did you see that you could? Grabbed my coat and started scrubbing scarlet drops from my sleeve with snow. What are you doing? We can't let anybody know. What do you mean? No going to the police, got it? We're clearly not gluing Concha back together. And I don't want to end up in jail like my old man. You said, right, I did. Through a hateful glare at the garage, I turned on the meat grinder. By accident. Try and prove that. They just need a scapegoat for all these killings. I'll be behind bars and the serial killer will walk free. And my life was starting to get better. But we can. Swear you won't tell anybody. He didn't say the or else part aloud, but his tone of voice clearly implications. He was right. Even if the cop believes us, the garage may be gone by that time. It will just magically teleport to some other clearing on the other side of the damn forest. Please. Someone has to protect Polina. Polya, too. Okay. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to keep my word. That mom will read it off my face, that she'll notice the blood drops or sense the smell, and I'll crack. In a moment, I had no idea what was actually waiting for me in the place I mistakenly called home. The front door was open and swayed slightly in the wind. It felt like my skin was getting covered in rime. I clutched my fists. I imagined 3 meat grinders in different parts of the house and 3 members of my family getting grounded by their blades. Stepped into the door with the utmost caution. I'm talking in the kitchen, trying to be a radio broadcast. Okay. Okay, they're arguing. I wonder... I'm just gonna skip past this part because I'm gonna be honest that it was... Why are my toggles toggling? This is annoying. My toggles are toggling. I'm gonna be honest that there was a little bit of a... I know there's a mod. I think there's a mod... I'm just gonna see if there is an actual way. She dies in every ending according to my... in ones where you try to save her, it's very obvious that she didn't survive the meat grinder, but when we go to the police, you may think that she survives, but no, the next time we visit the garage in the castle of Santa Claus and decline the candy, we can see that the meat grinder isn't standing there. So I think that Katja died and we were fed with her flesh. Oh, God! Dev said that we can have a chance to save her, but how? It's just a theory. I'm just browsing Reddit real quick. Used an auto clicker on my 2nd or 3rd run just to see. Nope. Oh wait, hang on. No, yeah, it's a mod. Yeah. I think it's a mod. I'm just reading like a Reddit post. Wait. Okay. Um, Hang on. Hmm. I'm just browsing Reddit real quick. Um, um, okay, hang on. Um... Okay, so I think so this is the same thing, right? Yep. Okay. So there we're gonna go we're gonna go we have the sweets. I'm just gonna skip through this part real quick. It's the garage. I'm guessing, is this gonna be different? Is this gonna be different? Because I know he says garage. Right. Ugh. Beast, my children. When I saw that, I felt a pendulum swing inside me. Okay, so now I have the option to... Did I have that option before? Did I have that option before? To accept or refuse? Did I have that option before? I don't think I did. Don't. Oh, he's looking now. Cautious whispers sped through the room. Ears twitched on the masks. This is new. Shadows slid from one place to another. What's wrong? Did something happen? It's fine. It's just Tosha believes in non-existing diabetes. Parents lie. Oh, the music is getting bad. Wake me up when he stops fooling around. Grandpa Frost leaned into me. He smelled of caramel and just a tiny bit of dampness. Let's not spoil this wonderful occasion, my friends. Everybody should be having fun today. Eat and dance. Leah tried to pull her hand away, but I kept it in my clutches. I looked at the sweets and at the tall old man and tried to focus on a barely discernible stench coming from him. A stench of rotten decay mashed with sugary aroma, the foul smell of a beast. I felt like I was finally able to shrug off some strong delusion. Fear, exhaustion, and coldness returned to me. Thank you, but we're not hungry. And I think we'll be going. Mom and Dad are probably worried sick already. I dragged my sister toward the exit, but Elisa stood in our path. She had a china platter in her hand. Ugh! For a moment, I imagined maggots crawling inside it, but as soon as my eyes darted toward the offering, I saw gummy worms instead of a vomit-inducing writhing ball of living ones. Anton, please, we're friends, right? We're even more than friends. Remember my promise? Nobody will hurt you as long as I'm here. Neither you nor Olia. So please eat at least one. Pretty please? Let me go, Anton, let me go. I'm just like Mom now, forbidding me from doing anything. Olia convulsed hysterically, trying to free herself from my clutches. This is wrong. Everything is wrong about this place. Is that so? Have you considered that maybe the only thing that's wrong here is your perception? Even though what those pills that you gulped in every day do to you, huh? They twist reality, they tangle your thoughts, they lead you away from the snowy trail. I looked at Elisa with suspicion, searching for a comeback, but I couldn't find one. I remembered Vova's bloody mitten, but that was just an illusion. Who are you? Who do we look like to you? Like nightmares that ravage my sick mind. With us, nobody will ever punish you. Nobody will lock you up in your room or abandon you. From this moment on, nobody will be able to force something you don't want upon you. How do you know what we don't want? The old man rubbed Wolfie, who was munching loudly behind the ear. Oh, I do know. Winds and shadows whisper to me, as do cold stars and endless skies. They tell me that children don't want to grow up. They don't want to turn into those who live by taboos, threats, and punishments. His voice grew louder and louder with every word. Those who live, waiting to grow old and die. But children live by their dreams. Oh, I know full well how children dream of happy and carefree life. Life of wild freedom and miracles. His voice rang like thunder. It made all hair on my head stand on end. All of this will be yours. You only need but wish. You only need but ask. And then he whispered, you only need but accept. Accept. Olia repeated after him like an echo, as if enchanted. Yes, my dear girl, partake of this feast. The old man pointed toward the fox girl. Please, I beg of you, for all of us, for me, for your sister. Please, Bunny, take just a single bite, and you'll understand everything. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is the human... That looks like maggots to me. That looks like maggots to me. Interesting. So... I'm gonna do this. Uh-oh. I felt like chilling winds blew from the cavities of her eyes, from the dark holes of other beasts, and the towering old man's, too. The owl's face twitched nervously. The wolf's maw dripped with saliva. The bear shuffled his feet, any trace of sleepiness gone from his face. And from behind us towered the one who pretended to be Grandpa Frost all this time. I said, we're leaving. I gripped my sister's hand even tighter. Candy slipped out of her fingers and smacked against the floor. Olia started looking around, frightened. I said, we're leaving. Elisa parroted me, and despite everything, I felt immense anger. Why do you have to be such a dunt? Oh, God. I heard the flute's melody, but now it reminded me of a cracking whip or even agonized convulsions of a fish that was thrown out onto the ice. Music dangled about, striking at my ears. And then the crystal castle will show the cries of children that slowly turn into beastly howls, intermingled with the sounds of crunching bones and ripping skin. Yup. Filled to the brim with maggots smashed into tiny pieces. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Elisa's orange fur coat ripped at the seams, letting out a cloud of foul-smelling fog. Her twisted face bared its teeth, and the stench attacked my nostrils again. The fox screamed, blood streaming down her cheeks like tears, making her fur sticky. Her bone-naked tail whipped against the walls with its vertebrae. I shielded my crying sister. Horror drilled into my stomach, rushed through my guts, and rose up to my throat. I felt the urge to tear off my glasses and lose sight. I wanted to squeeze my eyes out and go blind forever. I turned to face the owl, my face contorted in disgust. Worms wriggled inside her mask's feathers. Her rotted beak snapped like garden scissors. I staggered back and barely avoided bumping into the wolf. His face was stretched out, his bones crunched. Teeth poked out of his festering gums like shards of broken glass, and his swollen tongue kept on tirelessly licking them. At the edge of my vision, I saw the bear block our passage. Every inch of his body oozed with scarlet ichor. The larvae clogged up his teary eyes. Oh my God. I pulled the shocked Olia close, looking for the exit in a panic. My foot ended up in a pile of sweets, but those were no longer candy. Oh! Human remains blanketed the floor. Ribs with shreds of meat on them and torn out jaws. A tooth necklace and moss-covered pelvic bones. Tiny skulls and scalps swimming in a sea of blood. Eat up. Oh, yep, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Hi. Holy crap. That is so cool. That animation was so cool. The horned monstrosity towered over me, clutching a bone flute in its long clawed fingers. A giant goat that had shed his kind old man form. Completely black, emanating hatred and malice, he scorched me with red-hot coals inside his eye cavities. His horns scraped against the ceiling. Holy shit, that is so badass. It's the garage. I knew it. Oh my God, that's so creepy. Ice cracked and thawed, dripping down, forming muddy pools of water, bearing metal walls that are hidden underneath it. Holy shit. That is so badass. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. That is so badass. That is so cool. I realized that we were doomed inside this cramped worm of a dungeon, surrounded by howling beasts. All I could do was hug my sister even tighter and watch how the circle around us shrank, how ugly paws reached out to us from behind the veil of a bloody fog. Let me rip them to shreds, master. I'll tear their eyeballs and screw their oozing... Oh, God. The growling wolf's maw snapped like a bear trap, spattering thick white foam toward us. He was immediately pushed away by a rotting bear carcass. No way, it's my turn to have fun. I got so tired of listening to their fucking drivel. I'll rip the skin off this little brat while she's still alive right in front of her brother. I'll make him eat his... Oh, God! What the fuck? Please, master. Felt like the face was about to tear apart, crack like an eggshell, letting out something even more sinister, nasty, scary. Gnarly owl claws grabbed at the grinning bear, stopping him from getting close. She's mine, you scumbags. Get your paws off the girl. The cackling zoo formed a furball that started rolling in guts and thawed feet. They howled, fought with each other, tore out scrapes of fur and feathers, ready to rip each other apart like a pack of hungry dogs fighting for leftovers. A sudden squeal of the flute pulled them apart as if someone tugged... I'm screenshotting this too. That is so creepy. That is so creepy. That is so badass. What? There's no sound, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Guys, Jesus Christ. Sudden squeal of the flute pulled them apart as if someone tugged at their leashes. The master of this pack charmed the monsters with his foul-rending music, turning them into unmoving silent marionettes that faithfully awaited his commands. Me and the boys feasting on children's remains. Couldn't sleep, got bored. Welcome back, dragon. You... Oh, God. Perfect time. Perfect timing. The goat stopped nibbling on his shin-bone flute. Its devilish melody that sounded like a chorus of children being run over by a steamroller went silent for one last time. A chunk of raw human flesh plopped beside my shaking feet. Eat. Or be eaten. What? What happened to her? Just like Sleeping Beauty in that cartoon, she probably lost consciousness from this soul-rending spectacle. I wanted to wail, to go mad, to die quickly and painlessly right there and now, but alas, I couldn't. I was still inside this torture chamber, choosing between a gruesome end inside the monster's stomachs and cannibalism. Woolen meat grinders kept on staring at me with their greedy, infinitely hungry eyes. Ready to gnaw at my bones before eventually eating them, if I dared refuse their master's offer. But if I was to agree, I'm sure I would lose my free will just like them. I'll turn into a perpetually hungry monster that dances to the tune of a bloodthirsty madman. And I'll surely lead Olya and all those who hold dear to their deaths. My lips trembled, a feeling of nausea turned my stomach inside out, but somehow I found the strength to scream. No way, never, I'm a human. Those words could be later used as my epitaph. But I knew that my remains were, destined to never be found. My surroundings went dead silent. Eat them, bleat them, tear them apart. There's so much, like, thumbnail material. There's so much thumbnail material. The horned shadow consumed us. Sweet meat. Elisa rushed to the goat and stood between us, ridiculously tiny compared to the giant monster. Her tail dragged after her, leaving behind a scarlet trail. Fleas jumped around her back and the bones sticking out of it. Wait. Don't. No need to be hasty. We still have use for the bunny. He'll bring us a tasty treat. For the fox and for the bear. Bunny, tasty meals prepare. Flames inside the eye socket stopped trembling. Still dolls bared their teeth in anger. We call him Bunny. Tear apart and swallow up. Imposter, hoot hoot. Gut-filled meatbag. Shut up, buffoons. Can't you feel it? Have you forgotten? The moment when he almost took a bite out of the moon at the snowy clearing. The cannibals went silent, swallowing saliva in disappointment. Elisa, in the meantime, took a sharp turn. Returned to the form of a cute child with a fox mask on that. The one that I met for the first time on January morning. She glided towards me, dissolving the horrors around us with the smell of tangerines, firecrackers, and magic. Her soft paws touched my cheeks, removing a sticky strand of hair from my forehead. Elisa embraced me and whispered in a sweet voice, "You want to save yourself, Tosha?" I stayed silent, gritting my teeth. I was afraid to look away, afraid that this fleeting illusion could get shattered. "Tell me, sweetie, do you want to save your sister?" Tears sprayed from my eyes as I wept. Yes. I continued to sniffle and shake, grabbing at the hem of the fox girl's long coat. "Say it louder so everybody could hear you." Delirious from sorrow, I screamed, my face awash with tears. Yes. My mouth was immediately filled with a metallic aftertaste of blood. Oh, God. The fox's black fingers kept pushing a chunk of human flesh deeper down my throat. I fell to my knees, coughing up blood, unable to vomit it out. Rotting carcasses of animals surrounded me once again. What a joke. Master, let me take a small bite from the girl. Boiling anger swallowed up my mind. Something foreign and primitive burst forth, pounced from inside me. Oh, another animation! Let's see you try. I'll tear out your filthy tongue and shove it deep in your cloaca, you brainless chicken. The ominous owl jumped away in surprise, accompanied by the fox's cackling. My voice went out, and then I bent in half. Vomit poured out of my mouth along with part of the treat that wasn't able to regurgitate. You're right, bunny. His finger poked me. I felt like a knife was lodged handle deep into my solar plexus. It's your turn to treat us. Get us some meat until tomorrow night. Or else. Or else. Elisa silently stepped into the shadows, and the goat pulled his foul-smelling maw right into my face and roared. Or else we will eat your entire family. He knocked his hoof against the floor, and I ran for my life, forgetting about everything else. I heard them scream at my back, "They'll eat you up, alive." Shards of ice fell from my shoulders, dead rodents frozen inside them. I managed to break free to the place where pines moved their branches and showered me with snow, like cooks sprinkling salt on porridge. Where's Oya? I turned around and froze over. Yup. Where's Oya? Where's Oya? Where's Oya? Where's Oya? No! Oya? She's alive, hang in there. My throat went dry when I remembered that I shouted the same words as Katja before. I'm cold. Oya, no. I'll carry you home, we'll get you warm by drinking hot chocolate. Stay awake for me, you hear? Just... Oh no. What's this? What's there? I gulp. Why don't you say anything? How could I tell her? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, you know. What? Holy shit! Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? Ugh. Wow. Okay. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Ugh. There's one ending already. You need to go with Polina. Don't take the claw? The claw? Oh, wait, hang on. You mean like instead of tell what's his name to go get her? Like, can you go with her? Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. I will look into that. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that was Tiny Bunny. I don't really know what else to say about it. I guess I'll keep an eye on when Chapter 5 comes out. Holy shit. Oh my god. There's apparently there's other secrets too. Apparently there are secrets in this game that I didn't get because I'm stupid. Oh my god. That's insane. It should come out this year. How long ago did Chapter 4 come out? That's... Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, oh my god. Holy fuck. That's like Doki Doki... Dude, this is beyond Doki Doki Literature Club. This is beyond Doki Doki Literature Club. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Well, on that note, I will catch you guys later. I'm gonna go, um, I'm gonna try to sleep after that. Holy shit. That's terrifying. I'm gonna go sleep. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Yeah, good luck. I will be publishing the schedule tomorrow afternoon. Um, I will let you know what's going on. I look forward to finishing this game. Yeah. Hey, you guys want to see some cute pictures of puppies? Let's let's uh let's hang on. Guys. Guys. Oh God. Guys, look. Look. Oh. Oh. Look at all the puppies. Look at all the puppies. Palate cleanser. This is a palate cleanser right here, chat. You guys wanna have you guys seen Maine Coon kittens? They're so cute. I want a Maine Coon cat so much. I want a Maine Coon car so much. They look like little lions. They're so cute. They look like little lions. They're adorable. And they have like big ol' ears, dude. Alright. Now that we've looked at cute pictures of cats, I'm gonna go to bed now. Oh yeah, they probably are. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I was not expecting that. Technically it's my sister's cat. Technically, the little guy that I post pictures of, technically that's my sister's cat. But I'm around him all the time, so I kind of count him as my cat. But he's my sister's cat, technically. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I was not expecting that. Holy shit. I will see you guys later. I will catch you later. I'll catch you tomorrow. Not on stream, but I'll be active in the server. Yeah. And we'll try to forget about seeing our little sisters sawed in half. Jesus Christ. Okay. Good night, guys. Oh my god. Woof.